You're ready.
Sending. All right, we're
Oh,
live.
chef. I forgot to change the title. Give me 1 second.
I had to entertain myself. All right.
No worries. No worries. We're live now, boys.
All right. Well, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is Team Orwell. We've got 4 people on our crew today doing a podcast. Y'all can introduce yourselves first while I work on shit and not fuck up.
Sure. Well, I'm doing the YouTube side, so me first. Well, I'm Graf Zeppelin. So, yep. Then, who's next?
That shit was limp dick status.
Hey, everyone. Lip dicks.
Fuck.
What? Lip dicks. That is fucking hell. Anyway, all right. You got your boy Lida, and of course the name Lida is Bostonian for Lida. So today we're gonna light up the fucking. So today we're gonna lay out some fucking topics. So today's topic is gonna be forget about it. Before we do that, forget about what I just said. So we're gonna introduce our guest, Retro Gamer. Introduce
He's
yourself.
part of the pod. He's
Yep.
part of the crew, to be honest.
I'm kind of. All right,
Retro
to
gaming.
be fair, I'm kind of freestyling.
Fair enough. Anyhow, continue on with your introduction. Retro start. Your turn.
What do you guys want me? What do I say?
Don't worry about it.
Well,
Don't worry
just
about
say
it.
who you want, innit?
Just
It's an
wing it.
introduction.
I'm Retro Gaming Star. I talk a lot about retro gaming on my channel. I do other topics, like I talk about other things, and yeah. So I hope you guys enjoy the stream, and hope you guys have a wonderful time with it. So as I like to say, let's get started.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Okay.
I see what you
Let's
did
get-
there, Zeppy. I see what you did there.
Yeah.
Man, forget about it.
All right. Well, if you thought that we were going to have an ordinary podcast, forget about it. I'm one
Forget
man.
about it.
I'm the leader of Team Orwell. We have a very slew of topics, anywhere ranging from Trump, Corona-chan, the Bleach anime return. Forget about it. The main topic of today, or if we have time, fucking around with Miku Miku Dance, because Graf Zeppelin has like a 600 FPS ability for like Miku Miku Dance, and it's the most absurd thing.
Yeah, not
Mine's
exactly.
Pretty close
600
enough by
FPS.
mine's
Only
Well, I saw
close to
that.
400
Yeah.
frames per second.
Yeah.
Just saying, mine's pretty damn close to his. It's the difference of 1 to 200 frames.
Mm-hmm.
So, what do you want to talk about today? Because I think I'm gonna go start with Corona-chan and Trump. You guys go with that?
Yeah.
Fuck Corona. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Start
All
if
right.
you like.
Well, there's a few things I have to say real quick about Corona-chan. A, she looks like a good waifu, but that's beside the point. B, I am so tired of people being stupid over Corona-chan. But C, there is one silver lining to it. If you ever filed a tax return or are on Social Security, you get a singular payment, and I just found this out this morning.
Ready?
You get a singular payment of
All right.
$1,200.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Fuck
That's how
you
it
bastards.
is. Yeah, singular payment of $600, huh? Lucky.
Lucky assholes.
Yeah.
Those bitches get $1,200 for nothing.
It's no one
It's
working
not
at
for nothing.
Panda.
Just compensation.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
It's not for
compensation, basically.
Yep.
Just a little
It's not for
collateral
nothing.
damage on the side, just paying for a little collateral. That's all it is. That's how
It's
I see
literally-
it. Just paying a little collateral damage. They paying $1,200 in compensation.
No.
Lucky
Um,
bastards.
Not exactly. Not exactly. It's
It's
neat
an economic
payment.
it's an
Neat
economic stimulus package. Okay, whatever, Belfast. Welcome to the NHK.
payment. Oh, okay.
Remember that
I
show?
just perceive
Oh, yeah.
anything that involves the government giving you money as collateral. That's like the reverse would be collateral.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's
Just
more like
save
it's
as a Dante situation.
It's
Just
an
think of it
attention-
as daunting on a job where people get fucked up on the job for just by accident, maybe just little issue going on inside there where people got caught in crossfire. That's collateral to me.
Yep.
It's
Well,
like people getting caught in a collateral of this virus. That is nothing but collateral damage payments. I mean, plus they're
It's an
probably getting a lot
economic
of money from
stimulus
insurance
package,
companies.
guys. It's
Yep.
an economic stimulus
Yeah.
package to make sure that the economy is still going while people are out and unemployed, or well, not unemployed, but out and unable to work. That is what that's done for.
Yep.
Somebody actually did make a meme out of this
Bastards.
though that says introverts. This is the time of the introvert.
Yeah. Looks like Long Island from Azure Lane was teaching us the way.
Right?
Yeah.
Even though I don't like how sloppy she is.
Oh,
That
yeah.
again.
I mean, the only thing I like about Long Island is that she has immaculate hair.
Yep.
I kind of like I kind of like Portland.
Also,
The-
she makes me feel taller. I don't
That's-
like Portland. The only thing about Portland I do like is that she is the most likely to hand you out some porn mags for no reason. Just her sister. I mean, she does have good taste at least.
Auntie.
Very good taste.
Yeah.
Nice and tanned. Cause a little pale, looks a little too soft sometimes. Sometimes you need to mix up with a little chocolate. Or a little mocha espresso on the side.
Quick question. What do you guys think about Trump's announcement of a possible game changer cure? Because right now they're floating around this medication that used to be for malaria or something else.
It was a medication
Not
that
touching
was
that.
issued in World War II. And it's actually found in most K rations. So, ironically enough, if you've got like old
Yeah.
MREs, rip them open.
Right.
Yeah.
So do you think? What do you
I
think?
fucking
What do
hate
you,
MREs.
so what do you rate it on the believability scale out of 10?
Well, if I don't...
3.
And the thing is, as an engineer, I would say test it first. I mean, literally
Yeah,
give
I would
this
say that.
medicine to a person and send them right into Italy and see if they don't die within a few hours. Yeah.
Oh my
Oh.
god.
You know
I would
what's
hate-
sad?
I
People
really hate
are
to see
basically hyping up another version of the flu as if it's some kind of black plague epidemic.
Yeah.
It's like there's a big
hell?
difference between the two. The black plague killed you with necrosis over time. This shit is basically just a flu.
that.
It's treated like that. They keep saying this is contagious, this can kill you. It's basically just a flu. Like a few years ago, it was a fucking swine flu, and not that many people died.
Yep. Yeah, but the thing is, in Italy, I don't know what happened in Italy. A lot of people fucking died there. So
Oh yeah.
either that, yeah.
It's a stress. It's all that stress to keep pushing on you. The news keeps pushing so much stress. Stress can actually weaken your immune system, leaving you more likely to get sick. Also, smokers are very likely to get sick, as well as people over the age of 55. That's common sense.
Well, yeah.
I mean, telling someone that they're going to die or get them to the conclusion or lead them to the conclusion that they're going to die to something is going to make their immune system weaker, therefore making them the most likely suspect to get contaminated with something that they can only just fight off.
Holy Christ! I had no idea this was happening.
What happened?
I had no idea they were doing that. The whole, getting contaminated thing.
Well, yeah.
That's just crazy. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I know the coronavirus has been going on, but now people are hyping up a new flu and crap. That's just insane.
Yep.
Yeah, man, there are a lot of stupid people in the.
Yeah.
I mean, I call it Darwinian
Yeah, I mean, I'll look
evolution.
around.
I mean, I would normally agree, but I wouldn't necessarily. I would hesitate to call it an evolution of any sort.
Yeah, that's
It's,
de-evolution.
it's more like a de-evolution.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like the quality of everything has gone down. It's
Pokemon.
like the quality of humanity is gone downhill. The quality of video games,
It's like
most of them have gone
Yeah.
downhill.
Yeah,
There's
what's happening
always
in
something
France
going
then?
down. There's a big decline. Oh, God.
Slow down the
France, that's a beast
crosstalk,
of its
guys.
own.
Alright. Gears asking
Alright.
on my end, do you know what's happening in France because of it? And I'm just like,
No, I'm so
nope.
I'm
Tell us.
I don't.
I'm so focused on like dealing with the stupidity of America
Oh yeah.
where I live because of it. So, you know, I don't
Okay.
I don't exactly have the time to worry about France right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Same
I know
here.
a guy from France actually. He says it's pretty bad. He can't even leave he can't even afford that much food because of how bad the conditions are right now.
Oh god.
Oh shit! And it's not like
Yeah,
the
he's
U.S.
making an
where
aero
we,
game just to make some cash.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I played it. I mean, I have played it. He has a Patreon and shit. I mean, at least he's putting a little effort. I mean, some form of effort. He's actually pretty cool too.
Yeah.
Oh, he
Yeah,
is.
ask him directly.
well,
Yeah,
Trump,
ask him directly
Cool
right
guy.
now.
Oh,
Okay,
awesome!
yes.
I didn't
I
know
can
we
ask
were.
him right now.
Well,
that makes sense. There, Fox. That makes a lot of sense.
mhm.
But so you know, if we have a development for a cure or vaccine of some sort, that would be pretty nice. And but I'm very skeptical of it.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, you need to test it out first because this is old malaria
mhm.
medication because it was clearly phased out for a reason. And if it just ends up killing a person, then what's the point?
Well, the theory
Alright, got
is
in the
that
reply.
the theory is it's because of the same aspects of malaria that it might work. And it was phased out because it stopped being relevant once malaria practically,
Yeah.
went down and almost was rendered extinct.
Mm-hmm.
There's
Yeah.
this there's this drink I had. It was water mixed with something else that tasted awfully bitter, but it was used to treat malaria. It was the most bitter shit I've ever had in my fucking life. It puts grapefruit to
What
shame.
was
It
it
makes
called?
grapefruit taste sweet, like a good quality strawberry. I forgot what the hell it was called, but it was absolutely disgusting. One drop of this shit, and even I was putting it down. I don't like to quit when I start a fucking drink, but this shit, that was the exception. I put that shit down so fucking hard, I'd never touch that shit ever again. It was that goddamn bad. I wouldn't even give it to someone I hate.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
Yep. Meanwhile, in France, they have to have tickets.
So, buddy,
Get
you
us
drink?
out.
Best grill enterprise right now.
Alright, I got. Alright, he just replied. He said, I asked him, Strunk, how's the conditions in France, lad? We're doing a podcast and need an inside point of view. He said, hey, you mean put in isolation? He said, lockdown. Well, I'd say pretty meh. Well, while we're supposed to be a developed country, even before the COVID-19, a lot of people struggle to live on minimum wage. I'd like, I'd say the situation is chaotic since Macron at
I
the
would,
office
I
said,
would say that too,
oh,
because there are a lot
wow.
of people homeless on the streets.
Yep.
Yeah. So he's telling me that France is doing pretty chaotically. Like the protest shit that might still be going on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Whiskey
Wow,
is my
yellow
only
vest.
medicine.
Well,
because when I was a
Whiskey is
kid,
my only
they
medicine.
Said overall.
yeah. Ironically, I like how fucking
Alright, he said,
people just leave the corona be alone. Fucking that's the cure, fuckers.
it's.
I
He
liked
said
it
overall,
better
the yellow
back in
vest
the day.
manifested during the full year, around 52 weeks, every Saturday, and nothing changed despite the people's complaints. Oh, wow,
Oh,
these
wow.
fucking protests aren't doing. Wow.
Yep.
Oh,
This is why I liked it
Oh,
better
my.
back in the day.
Exactly.
Think about it. No protests, no school, no protests, no troubles at school, no virus, no none of that. Back in the day, a lot. It was a hell of a lot better than it is today because
True.
number one, we had so much cool stuff going on. We had upcoming shows. We had video games, 90s video games.
Mhm.
We had a lot of stuff, and there were no viruses, no hatred, no hypocrisy, no none of that. Like,
Slow that fucking down, man.
And
That
we
is
still had hatred and hypocrisy, but it was
We've
on
had
a
hate.
lower scale.
hatred and no. Let's slow that down a bit
Okay.
because that's a complete load of
Yeah,
crap. It's just that the times that change the kind of hatred, not the amount, because it's always been that way since the dawn of human society. That there's always been a ton of hatred. It's just that right now it feels more intense because there's social media and a steady amount of increasing information. So what?
see, this is the main reason I got off social media.
Yep.
I hate social media. You see, kids these days will see the world as Twitter. That's basically what social media does. People say things on social media that they wouldn't say in person, just to get attention.
True.
That's all it really is. People look for approval.
You know,
People want to look cool, but they're doing it in the worst way possible.
Mhm. That is
Okay,
true.
for example, if a person were to walk up to me right now and say that, "Oh, Levon, you're a fucking asshole and nobody liked you," like if a person were to walk up to me and say that to me right now, like I feel offended, but I wouldn't fight the person or nothing. If the person tried to fight me, I would go for the police. But if a person were to say that and like walk up to me and say that in real life, like nowadays people just say shit on the internet just for attention.
True.
Like I had this one viewer on my channel. He said some pretty disgusting stuff like one time, and I didn't pay any attention to that. I just went on his channel and blocked him because now I'm gonna be real here. If you were to walk up to a person and call them out of their name and say that they're a piece of shit, they're this, they're that, they're assholes, they would get their teeth, their lights punched out. Trust me. Like it. Like imagine a person were to say that in real life. They would get the crap kicked out of them for real.
Mm,
True.
that's
Imagine that, bro. Like imagine that in real life. They get the
that's kind of
shit
true
kicked
here.
the shit kicked out of them.
I would hesitate to. I would
On the internet,
that actually.
the two, how you say, scared.
I know a lot of people like that. I'm not gonna lie though.
I do
I'm
not
not gonna
think.
lie to you though. I did only a few of those things. I used to troll people sometimes just for fun, just specific types like the JoJo fandom, the ones that really kind of annoy me. I just like to piss them off a little bit, just fuck with them because, well, I like to fuck with anyone that annoys me.
Yeah.
Anywho,
sorry.
All right,
I would like
One
to post.
time-
we gotta keep this one at.
Mhm.
Okay,
Alright,
two things. We got to
Trump
keep this.
just replied.
Oh, sorry,
Okay.
buddy.
No
I'll
worries.
send it to Admiral Graf here.
Oh, cool.
Just-
Admiral Graf.
One
so he can
time,
narrate it in
I
a
was
British
on-
voice.
I was
Slow down the
talking
crosstalk.
about.
Hmm.
Oh, sorry.
All right.
Let's keep this organized and do it one at a time.
Sure.
All right.
Sorry, but
Check your Discord.
Okay. I was
sorry,
gonna
I had to
say-
keep this organized, or we're gonna spend like 15 hours on this.
All right. Let's see. From the highlight. Okay. Cool. Overall, the Yellow Vest manifested during a full year, around 52 weeks, every Saturday. And nothing changed despite the people's complaints. While COVID-19 became an issue in Europe, the government used a special part of the law allowing the Prime Minister to pass any law without having to check on the Senate, National Assembly, or anyone. Which was a highly controversial move that a lot of people hated, especially since the
Oh,
law
wow.
they forced was really bad for the worker class once again. That mostly for the economy slash working side of things. I could talk about immigration issues, about the current isolation too, and how the population in some places are really close to danger. I can easily talk about that second part. I live in a place highly populated by gangs. Before we all can find, shootings
I
happened
used to live
over an entire week, almost every day. People own guns here, and casual people like me or anyone don't usually feel safe anymore in those places. As for the isolation
yeah,
due to the virus, well, French people are not the smartest. And they proved it once again by ignoring the only thing Macron said that made sense. Stay at home. In quotation marks.
Yep.
Well, of course the situation was alright, but a lot of people ignored it and still got outside despite Macron asking everyone to remain at home to slow the virus. Well, this is a my overall review of the your friend's DM there, Lexi. Um, I mean, especially the French are not the smartest. They proved it once again. It just harkens back to the same mistakes they made during 1940. It's like they have
This is
never
Yeah.
learned anything.
Yep.
yeah.
It's more like the quote unquote authorities of France are the biggest fuck ups ever. Did they not learn from World War II?
Yeah.
Like
Have they not learned?
1940 is pretty obvious of a fuck up. Have they not learned from almost 100 years ago, probably about 80 something years ago, and
Yeah,
still haven't learned a lesson?
they
It's
haven't
I
like the
mean,
learned
episode of
since.
SpongeBob whenever SpongeBob ran from an old man, and they said, "How many times are going to teach you this lesson, old man?"
Yeah, they haven't learned since Shah de Gaulle. That's the
people
painful
generally
part.
don't. People generally don't learn from their mistakes, man.
Well, people don't
Exactly.
learn
It's
from
like
their mistakes when everything is going well for them. As soon as it goes totally shits up, they normally look to the past to see if there was any, rectification to be made.
I did
But
hear about a positive about coronavirus, and that
mm,
um they said the one positive thing about the coronavirus is possibly the death of globalization.
true, that's one thing I would like to
yeah.
discuss as well. It's like
also,
it's
All right.
also
mhm.
this is causing the death of feminazis.
Yeah,
Like the feminazi epidemic, that's actually causing a big disruption to that, at least. That's one good thing that came out of it. One of
yeah,
the few good things.
yeah. But here's the thing: feminism and globalism are intertwined, aren't they? So,
Mm,
soon as you release a, as soon as you have a pandemic like this, people are going to start closing their goddamn borders. And
mm.
there you go. It it releases nationalist sentiment. I mean, what else do you need to
Connect
say?
connect that to the feminism part.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You said they're intertwined.
Yeah, they are
Explain why
because
they're.
most feminists on the political side normally are on the side of the alt left and they want open borders and all that shit. And a
Hmm.
social justice warrior on the internet as well. Thus, that's how it is. I mean,
Hmm.
that's my 2 pence in there, really. It's like, shit's linked. But now, because of everyone having to stay inside, even, look, even Ocasio Cortez is agreeing with Trump. Think about it.
That is insane.
Mm-hmm.
That is absolutely
She's like,
insane.
yes, boss. I'll do what you want, boss. Because remember, everyone has to help out in a war. You see?
Yeah, well, even in technology is always going to be the most pivotal key of any war.
True. But the thing is, we know this shit came from China, and Trump was right.
Yep.
Yeah, man.
Trump was right.
But
To be fair,
that's the other thing I want to get.
though, if it's China, it won't last very long.
See, here's the thing. That's another issue I found out about. The MSM is still portraying Trump as a racist in this day and age, just because he didn't call it COVID-19 and called it either the Chinese virus or the Wuhan virus. Only because he called it what it was.
That's
He gets labeled a fucking racist or xenophobe, and that's the fucking worst. That just shows how little they care about the actual citizens of this country. Because,
Oh wow.
yeah, like no matter what they do, if you don't speak the way they tell you to, if you don't act the way they tell you to, you're some form of quote unquote bigot, which is the absolute fucking pits.
Wait, what is a bigot? What does that mean?
Well, a bit.
Well, there's two different terms for it. There's the SJW version, and then there's the actual definition. The SJW version is that anybody who does not share their ideologies based on whether you can choose to say something racially or culturally insensitive, and you get labeled a bigot, even though that's not the actual definition. The actual definition of bigot is a person who is closed-minded to other viewpoints. So, what my favorite pastimes to do is when I see a leftist calling somebody a bigot online, I just go and look up define bigot, click the URL, and just paste it onto the comment section.
Yeah, that's what I do.
think I
When
do.
when people say stuff about me, I always say, "Dude, do you know what that even means?" And they're like, well, yeah." And I get I go on Google, right? I look up the definition, copy the thing, and then paste it.
Yep.
But here's the thing, man. I'm a very weird guy because even though I may not agree with racism, I agree with other people's rights to be such a thing. People really need to get up to speed really quick that freedom of speech comes with negative side effects. Everything does. There's no such thing as a free lunch. If you want, you can't say that there's hate speech and also free speech. You can't have your cake and eat it too. If you support free speech, then you support another person's right to say something racially insensitive.
Yep.
Now, if you wanted to support getting rid of hate speech, then you are against free speech because you are destroying the negative aspect of free speech.
Yep.
So, if somebody were to rip on me for being white tomorrow, I'd just laugh at their face because it's like, okay.
So
when people,
I don't think you're a weird guy. I think you're actually pretty cool, man. I don't think you're weird at all.
a lot of
The
people
thing
would
with
be
me is, I'm very nice. I'm a very kind, loving person. I wouldn't, disrespect you guys or say anything mean about you because that's just not me. It's not in my characteristics, I'm very kind, likable. When you get to know me.
Well, here's the thing, man. We don't pull punches here.
No.
We definitely do not. If you ever think that I'm being a stupid asshole, if you think I'm being a stupid asshole or whatever, feel free to express it because that's the unspoken amendment is the right to have the right to another person's opinion. That is the truth of the freedom of speech. That is the truth of the fact that your greatest right as an American citizen is the right to another person's opinion.
True. that.
Oh, okay. But when I go on another person's opinion, I'm not mean about it. I say, hey,
No, there's no
hey,
accusations.
No, of course.
There's no
so
accusations.
time I was on YouTube and I was watching a video about Static Shock, the DC comic character, and this one dude was all like, "Hey, isn't Static Shock a Marvel comic character?" It's like, dude, you do realize Static
Controversial.
Shock is Marvel. He's both DC and Milestone. So I talked it out with them, and we got an understanding. Like he loves Static Shock, and he thought that Static was a Marvel character. And Static I discussed it with them, and we had a pretty good chat. And he ended up liking me in the end. I said, "Hey man, hope your YouTube channel goes well," and we ended that. So, the thing I know about me is if I like with me when I approach somebody when somebody has an opinion, I'm not mean about it. I'm not gonna be hurtful to you. If you have an opinion in general, I'm not gonna say, hey, your opinion fucking sucks. No, I'm not gonna say that. I'm gonna be nice about it because that's not the way to treat people. Because my godmother once told me, people have feelings. Like that. She told me that isn't the way how you treat people, and that isn't the way to gain respect neither. And I kind of learned that lesson the hard way. Let me tell you that now. And I'm not that type of person. I'm gonna approach you the nicest, kindest way possible.
Well, here's the thing, man. I'm not that kind of person. I'm a very analytical person. I look at things for what they are, and I don't really get offended if someone calls me an asshole or anything like that. Now, I'm not saying you're doing that yourself. I'm saying that I'm not really going to take any offense to it if you do. I mean, sure, I
No.
do agree with the treat others how you want to be treated, but quite frankly, that's unrealistic in the fact that people are going to be assholes to you. You really shouldn't turn the other cheek when that happens. But I do at least respect the fact that you are consistent in your efforts. But
Thanks, man.
but here, don't feel free to express yourself. That's generally what we do.
Because I have a little secret. I have a confession to make with all of you guys. When I was a little kid, right? When I was in kindergarten, I was so mad at so many of my friends. We were having a debate about Pokemon, Digimon, Yu-Gi-Oh, or Beyblade. I got so pissed off. One kid told me that Pokemon is better because they told me that the Digimon card game that was coming out is gonna fail, and I was so pissed off. I got so mad and called them all kinds of names, and we got into a fight, and I ended up knocking him to the ground. I got in trouble for it, and it got me in a lot of trouble. So and then I looked it up online later, and I found out that the Digimon Digital Monsters card game actually failed, and it's by a YouTuber named the JT Wiz, I think his name was. Yeah, he taught me that the Digimon trading card game failed in the West because it wasn't strategic, it wasn't popular enough. So I basically I talked about I talked to him with him about Pokemon and Digimon, and he says that the card game is already successful. Digimon just started, and we got into a fight, and I kind of ended up saying some mean stuff, and my grandma was all like, "Levon, why are you saying this?" And I got a whooping because of it. And my grandma later teaches me that it's not nice to say something mean. It's not nice to go at that person just because you have an opinion. My uncle also told me that it's not nice to attack that person just because you have an opinion about something, being disrespectful and stuff. It's not really nice. So I kind of don't want to go at it with you guys because I'm very nice, and I really don't want to, because you guys are my best friends. I'm not gonna lie, you guys are awesome. You guys are the best that I ever have, and I'm not gonna go that route with you guys because you guys are my friends, and I don't want to lose that.
I gotta weigh in on this, bud. The fact of the matter is this: the rest of the world's not gonna give a shit about your own feelings, man. That's the reality of it all. That's why I don't really hold to that ideology, because the world, it's going to be a complete and utter crap sack piece of trash. I've been through so much in life that I've given up on the idea of human compassion and human care, because in all honesty, it's entirely unrealistic. People are horrible, horrible things, and it's just a fact
I
of life.
know,
Mm-hmm.
I
Sure
know,
is.
man. I know.
One
I grew
shouldn't
up
be
with a
a
lot
straight.
of people too. Like this
Like,
one time, I was in middle school and I was playing Yu-Gi-Oh with my friends, and this girl walks up to me and this girl walks up to me and says, "Bitch, you're a piece of shit. Them fit with them fake ass Yu-Gi-Oh cards." Yeah, she actually said that, and I
like
kind of thought she was a piece of shit for saying that. I was gonna say it, but I decided not to because
my concern is that I don't want the world to swallow you whole, because it will do that if you're not strong enough to fight back.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Obviously, you never fire the first shot, but you always fire the best shot.
Yeah,
That,
I don't
that
like to. I really don't like to fight back because I'm afraid I might. One time when I was on YouTube, I almost started a war with this troll. I'm not gonna say his name, but I started a war with him, and he posted some really disgusting stuff on my page. I had to delete all of it. He called me an ashy ass nigger. He called me blubber butt. He called me a trash ass bag. He called me all kinds of things. It was just
Okay, I'm
horrible.
sorry about Blubberbutt had me.
so,
I'm
And you
sorry, lad, but
named it in
fucking
80
Blubberbutt had me laugh my ass off.
Well.
I
Yeah,
mean,
I kind of feel
Mm-hmm.
on that. That was fun. But that was kind of not okay. I, I'm
Lexi, take a
afraid
break.
that if I get upset and yell at somebody, I would start a war with them. And I don't want that. I do not want to go there with anybody on YouTube, man. I don't. Trust me. Because I'll end up starting a war with them and they're gonna attack me, they're gonna say all kinds of mean crap to me. They're gonna go on my channel, they're gonna say all kinds of stupid, negative things, and I don't want that. Trust me.
Mm-hmm.
You
I mean,
don't
that's fair.
want to get or nor
But I'm,
start a war.
True.
but to be honest, I'm notorious for starting and winning wars. Like every day I start wars with people for no fucking reason. Like I've done it so many times that when you do start so many wars, uh, it kind of becomes a habit. But let's redirect to another topic, because we
Mm-hmm.
should probably keep on point here.
Sure.
Um, all
Let's
right.
keep on point. I agree.
Okay. Yep.
So,
Keep on point, guys.
what do you guys want to talk about next? The
How
uh
about Cartoon?
Hmm? Well,
what?
Bleach is another thing. Bleach
All
is
right. Well,
Okay.
let's go. Well, then we'll start with the Bleach anime.
right then.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, if for those who are not aware, and those who are fans of Bleach, it has been announced on one of their latest videos, and it has also been reported on by guys like For Neverworld, that the Bleach anime is returning for the 1,000-year Blood War arc.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh wow, awesome! The
Yeah.
thousand. Wait. Are you talking about the Thousand War Blood War of the Soul Reapers?
Yes.
Yep.
That's not the name of the arc, but yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
The
God.
like the most
I
sadistic,
wish Yu Yu
brutal.
Hakusho would return with the same thing, but I wish Yu Yu Hakusho would come back. Like Yoshiro Tagashi, I feel that he's a good man. I actually emailed him. He's a good man. He told me that Levon never stop believing in what you believe in, and I actually agreed with him on that. I told him
I
how much I love the manga series and how much it affected me as a kid, and how much it pushed me to be the person I am today. And
uh,
I also said Yusuke was a badass.
I'm gonna be honest with you, bud. There's a reason why it hasn't been happening, and there's a reason why they haven't continued Hunter x Hunter. Were you not aware? Like the dude is physically
I
ill.
wasn't aware And
Yeah.
let me. I wasn't aware.
He's the reason why he's not updating Hunter x Hunter is because he's sick. He's been having issues with his health, and so that's why
What?
we haven't.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh! I have no
Yoshihiro
idea.
is
Is he
yeah.
okay?
Yeah.
Yoshihiro's been holding on a hiatus for like for over a decade consistently because
Man,
of health issues.
that's
He started
up, man.
Hakusho, then he went out with Hunter x Hunter. His better show, arguably. And he does. I mean, he has to drop his art quality just to make the quota because of the hiatuses he has to take. His health problems are no joke. You just need to let him just take a break, and every now and then he might come back and just make another chapter and go back on hiatus.
Yep.
I
Yeah,
blame
with
the
the show Hunter x Hunter.
I blame the publisher
God,
for
that
it
he got
because Shueisha's a piece of shit.
I mean,
You gotta understand the mangakas. Most mangakas are are being put through rigorous extreme conditions just to make sure they meet the deadlines. When you lose enough sleep and you work a lot, it's going to weigh heavily on your health.
yep.
There's just no getting around it.
How
Human
many people
beings
know
need
this, though?
most people need a certain
Mon-
amount of time to sleep and a certain amount of time to eat. And the problem is that it's
because
inconsistent
I
for
do
every
want to
person.
become a manga artist when I grow up.
Yep.
Like,
Not a lot
like
of people know this, but being a mangaka is a fucking difficult career. It's all variable as shit. You either make it a mangaka, make it as a manga in a manga, blah. Make it in the manga community, or you will just be one of the guys that get paid 10,000 yen a year. They do not pay that well unless you're freaking Oda or freaking Kira Toriyama, where they make billions every freaking year. Dude, Oda makes a lot of fucking money in yen,
I
let
mean, to
alone
give
US
credit though,
dollars. That dude is fucking rich. I gotta give him
I
credit
mean,
though. That dude's a fucking machine.
that's
He dishes out
that's
manga consistently back to back
Oh,
every
yeah.
fucking week. They tell him to take a break.
All of his
That's how
stuff
self-human
is
this man is.
like his stuff. I am always amazed on how Oda is able to consistently just to draw week by week this amazing spread of art, like pure divine manga art. Because you know, even
know,
guys
right?
like Taitai Kubo started having to neglect his backgrounds and other things, and you can clearly tell that he even declined. And yet Oda is just doing week after week after week as if he's some form of
What about
fucking
Mamashi
monster.
Kishimoto, the guy who made Naruto?
Mm-hmm.
You mean Kishimoto?
Kishimoto.
Mashi
Uh,
Kishimoto.
Guy. Yeah.
I would normally agree with you, but
really
Naruto's
dropped the
gone.
ball on Boruto. Yeah,
No,
Naruto's finished a
Boruto's
while
just
ago,
trash,
a long
man.
time ago. Boruto's just it's a slice of life at this point. It's pretty sad.
It's clearly just Kishimoto trying to make a paycheck. It's
When
not
I
even
start
that.
my series, I'm going to tell you guys this.
Yeah.
I start, I'm going to tell you that I'm going to do the best I can to make, every character in my story stand out. I'm going to make a lot of characters, stand out amongst each other. I'm going to give them more screen time, more, how you say, character, relationships,
Relevant.
not that, but character development, as I would say. I would give the characters more character development, give them more screen time, give them, more enemies to fight. Like in the story, in my manga, they do fight mutant alien monsters, and
Hold up.
the monsters want to take over the world and stuff. They want to not take over, but destroy the world because
Hold up.
they think that
Just-
humans are.
Just a second.
I
Go on.
I gotta stop you. I gotta stop you there, bud. First and foremost, you're missing a lot of pages when it comes to good writing. Like even I have to discuss with Lexi. We have to discuss some stuff with Lexi when he's writing because a lot of problems with a lot of mangaka, particularly newer mangaka, is that they're just throwing out ideas to the wall and hoping they stick. There's a lot more that goes into writing a story of any sort, regardless of manga or novels or light novels, that people don't really pay attention to. And
Oh,
I find that consistently, um, a lot of mangakas will think these ideas work, but the problem is that you kind of have to do a little bit more. If you are interested in just improving your storyline content in general, I recommend this YouTuber called Digibro. He's an analyst. He oftentimes breaks down to several instances of
what's
why a
his
show
name,
is bad or good.
bro?
Digibro, here, let me help you.
Yeah, for
Um,
me, to be fair, I haven't finished chapter 1 yet because I'm still planning
Have
things
you
out and
ever seen
storyboarding.
Insane
I don't like to
Scholar?
go all the way in without having a concise plan. I don't like just going in like a dumbass, just going in hoping it works. I like to think things through and make sure there's always a flow of causality going on. I want to make sure everyone gets the fair treatment. I want to play favorites here. With me, I don't believe in playing favorites for writing.
I
Not the
mean,
Kami Guy kill treatment where everyone can die out of nowhere. I just like to do it in a way that it makes actual sense.
yeah.
No plot armor bullshit,
I
none of that.
get
the
I
narr-
Yeah.
in regards to writing the story, the narrative is God. Okay, and the narrative is what you should be worrying about more than specifically the characters, because the narrative is where everything ties in. It's the common point where everything around you, where everything in a story around the story, around the narrative plugs in.
Mhm.
If you have to plan out a narrative, you have to plan out characters' relations to the narrative, then you have to create the dynamic of the setting to the narrative, and then you have to kind of build up the world itself by making it seem believable. And the narrative is where you
yeah.
go and make that possible.
Mhm.
So
Like for
Yeah, I plan
example,
on writing a romance element to it.
and it takes place in New
With the
York
name,
City.
what I'm going with is basically a narrative that is it's going to have some romance in there, of course, mystery, psychology. I chose this. I chose detective's name specifically from Friends, from Eloise to me and Heavenly.
mm,
It's going to play in later, and you're going to see what I meant, where I was going with this. That one inside joke that's going to be apparent after maybe a few chapters. It's going to just sink in. I just want to make sure that I'm planting the seeds. I don't like to wait too late. I like to do it early.
Yep. I mean,
Always planting the seeds in the right time. Also having certain objects around or certain animals just to bring up little point. I'm not going to make it too obvious, plus little subtle hints.
mhm. True. And the thing is,
Oh
digressing a
shit.
bit, I was working on a edit of, well, the real life Graf Zeppelin, the
mm,
German battle cruiser. But the thing is, I'm just gonna show it now. And of course, it's in my vaporwave folder. Typical. Of
yep.
course.
Yeah,
Just
probably next to thought to me.
ha, funny, very funny. Probably.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I mean, this image here. I mean, yeah, this was what I was editing this morning. I mean, the whole story thing, it comes into this. You know, the color scheme is based off of Mai Toyama from Death and Request 2. Yes,
Oh,
that snail lets you
Uh,
know, and the color scheme. Actually, yeah, the thing is, the bow. I mean, the main deck below is actually based off of Turpins, and the main
mm,
deck above is actually I mean, the camo scheme. The original camo scheme is just Crash Bay. But the thing is, when I was editing it, I was thinking about like what this thing, what this thing should be. Like, I have to come up with a story in my head
mm-hmm.
of this one German battle cruiser that was converted into this aviation battle cruiser. In my head, I already had the story, and then I just put it into a picture here. I mean, you kind of have to come up with them, especially with my Ship Girls edits as well. I have to come up with the little stories for them because like make it more plausible, like with the one with Kurumi. Let me load that one up too. Don't worry, I know you used it as a thumbnail, one man.
Yep.
I
I know which one you're talking about.
Yes, you did. All right, let me see if
Which
I
one was that?
gonna find it. Gonna find it.
Oh, that's a nice ship.
Well, yeah, that's what I was explaining about. Let me see if I
Hmm.
can find it.
To me, with designs, they always have to make sense. Like
Oh,
with
here we go.
one, she specifically has a promise ring. Promise ring with a
There we
certain
go.
jewel.
I have to.
I'm not gonna say much.
This one was the one I basically edited for 414 anime for his birthday because he loves Karumi, and I have the sense of
That's the man of the culture.
yeah, he is. He's actually a really good YouTuber. He's the one that does 5 facts about an anime character.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Well,
The
Yeah.
thing is,
5 facts about Toka.
yes, exactly that one. The thing is, at the end of at the end of it, I have to come up with a story to make my ship girl edits more plausible and more grounded in, let's say, history or some kind of lore, like modified H-class design. Well, the H-class design just happened to be a prototype, paper designs from the Kriegsmarine itself. And World of Warships takes it a bit further. And I just took it from there. H41 25T. Yeah, H41 is actual. The 25T is actually the fake part. And KMS. Yeah. That's my.
I just realized something.
Go on, tell me.
Remember KMS Bandicoot?
Oh, God. Yeah.
what the fuck?
What the hell is the KMS Bandicoot?
No
Oh,
bullshit. That actually, yep. KMS Bandicoot, the
gonna show
motherfucker
you on
shoots Wumper
stream.
fruit at you.
I'm gonna have to find it. Hold up. I need to go and find this. Absolute horror shit show. Yeah,
That thing
that's
is fucking cursed.
yeah, that was cursed. I mean, the thing is, okay, let me try and find it. It's here somewhere.
Well, while you guys are going to be off topic, I'm going to use the restroom, get some water.
Oh yeah, sure, go ahead.
Good, go ahead.
Where is he?
I'll be writing a little bit.
KMS. Okay, it's probably in my other folder. Stream pics. Yay! It's probably somewhere here. Absolutely, somewhere. Shit. Where the hell is it? I mean, I have way too many folders of just stuff. Oh well. Unsplash? No. White? No, not that. Not that. But it should be here somewhere. Vaporwave. Should be. Yeah. Okay then. Yeah. Ah, here we go. Found it. Found it, guys. Fucking found it. This absolute horror.
Yeah, that cursed motherfucker.
Yep, this is well, this was an edit of, yeah, I kind of took Bismarck from Azure Lane and basically took Bismarck and Tirpitz apart and made this monstrosity. Yeah.
Dude, that was actually in Azure Lane. Do you know how broken that shit would be? He probably fires boxes at you and breaks them.
Nah, his apples are deadly. Yep.
Takes out a fucking no, instead of those cannons to be fucking bazookas, if he's a battleship.
Mm-hmm.
Oh fuck, it is.
What did I tell you? It's a Bismarck glass. Yeah. And by the way, alternate and ersatz are the same meaning. That's a little Easter egg that I left in there. Ersatz in German means alternate or false. So yeah. So I basically called this.
You can say that the Australians were looking for allies for Germany and just came up with the KMS Bandicoot.
Yep. I mean, I kind of, when I do the edits, I kind of have to come up with a story, and of course, which ship type are they? Are they this class of ship? In which navy? I mean, yeah, that's pretty much it. But the thing is, it's like writing a story at a beginning to an end. Of course, it's a much shorter story, and I have written stories before during some examinations and all that. English literacy is a bitch. I know that part.
Hell of me.
Mm-hmm.
That shit is fucking difficult.
Yep. Yeah, I mean,
Hell with me. I'm basically just gonna make this a slight meta commentary while also making a point.
oh, go on.
Which I actually love commentating without making it look like I'm venting. And I can make it look like I'm venting when I want to, which I do quite a bit, but that's only just a warm up little bit.
Mhm.
So I can type what I'm wanting to avoid, so I can just make it look subtle.
Subtle.
But Cartoon Network, dude, that was not subtle at all.
Nope.
They basically just made a dead voice actor chip on the show.
Go on, Levon.
I thought Teen Titans Go was the worst show ever.
Oh yeah, that is a horror.
Yeah, no doubt. That's a fucking slap in the face.
I mean-
That is disrespectful.
I mean, the thing is, a Cartoon Network after about the mid 2000s just went. I don't know. I mean, I used to watch Johnny Bravo. I used to ironically watch fucking Powerpuff Girls. That is embarrassing.
I know, right?
That is embarrassing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a show I was embarrassed to watch
Yeah.
when other people were around.
Oh yeah.
But
watched
but I like to admit that it was good.
Yeah. Of course, but
Yeah,
Adventure
y'all remember the
Time
first
was good.
son.
Adventure Time was good.
Yeah, ironically.
Mm-hmm.
Then the same writer of Adventure Time came up with fucking Steven Universe. It's basically gay rocks.
Ugh.
What about regular show, you guys?
What was that?
That show is actually
Regular
good.
show.
Yeah, that was good. That was good as well. I actually watched a couple of episodes. Don't remember.
Dude,
much
that
from it
show-
now.
That show ended on such a high note.
Mhm.
When
Yeah.
Pops died.
Oh yeah.
I feel
That
bad.
show took the most bizarre shit and just made it regular.
Mhm.
And I don't know how they even did it. They even took 80s songs and made those feel like they were part of the show. It just worked.
I'm surprised that they didn't use. Oh yeah, it would have been too. I mean, the thing is.
I am back.
Yep. Welcome back, one man.
All right, so have we moved on
You know
to a
what I
different
missed?
topic?
Yes, we have.
What topic is
You know
that?
what show I miss?
Hmm.
Billy and Mandy. I missed that fucking show.
Oh,
Especially
I-
Dracula. That guy was fucking hilarious.
you know,
Yeah, Billy and Mandy.
Consistently, Dracula is the funniest part of the show. Like,
You
a
didn't put the tags
like
in.
Dracula's eating
Oh,
scorpions in
the
the
tags,
desert.
yeah.
And the scorpion mother came back and said, "You're eating my babies." And Dracula said, "You should have made your baby so damn delicious."
Ooh.
Oh man, that's awesome. Kinda hands
Oh.
weird.
Got it. Thanks.
Um,
I'll have to go into this.
also, get rid of the Genesis advertising ones. That's and the Discord one. That's gonna not be necessary.
Genesis.
Sorry, Miku Miku Dance. Sure, alright.
Oh yeah, sure.
So next topic, Miku Miku Dance. Sure. Yeah, your
I'll
rig
just
can run it over 500
delete it
frames
there.
per second, probably even more.
Well, I'm just
Mine
gonna put it
ra-
into text.
Let me see what mine rated at. I also gotta find the assets that this this freaking thing has.
Oh yeah, we need to be able to take that design of ours, which we plan on redesigning anyways, and apply it to a 3D model, which is going to be the tricky part.
Yeah, I sent everything to you in basically I sent it to you in Skype. It's a pretty small file, but it does help you make MMD models. Basically, just have a few assets and just design your own models. But I'm not the guy for it. I never did model designing. I was closer to animating, but animating on MMD is like a different thing from SFM.
Well, yeah,
I mean,
that's why it's better.
SFM is easier.
Yep.
SFM is way too easy. They have potential, but they stuck with Steam. That's where they fucked
I've
up.
never heard that before.
Yeah.
We're basically using it for our secret project, because yeah, we've been trying to work on this thing for months, and we keep having to make a new deadline because, quite frankly, it's not been the easiest of things to make.
Yeah.
It was a lot more than we
Plus,
expected.
we're like 3 people.
Mhm.
Oh shit! Yeah, MMD is running over 900 frames per second.
Yeah, on my rig.
800 now. Fuck.
Yeah, but that's because you haven't loaded any assets into it.
True, but
Yeah, I'm about to load a few assets right now.
Mhm.
but yeah, basically we've been going on
I'm gonna load the whole cast.
Do it.
we've been going on weekend meetings to start working on this stuff, and even then, that's still taking a while.
Mhm.
So,
let me
we're-
see.
Yeah, man, it's pretty difficult.
Yeah. When you
I
haven't
mean,
loaded
it's easy to
any
edit,
assets.
but we just need a few extra things just to make it look like a spectacle. It was actually is emulating what we're about to do in the project, because that guy had a lot of fucking edits. Like, holy shit!
yeah, Bray Wyatt, he was fucking amazing.
Yep.
Like his entrance
So many
is
edits
awesome.
stacking them up. It's like he just took. It's like he just took some horror ideas and just started stacking them. It's like stack them until the shit looks good. Like
And then
a fucking
some-
Dagwood of videos.
And when he was done with horror features, he just started adding on Blue's Clues and Mr. Rogers.
Yep.
Mr. Rogers. I actually was going to add that to my Black Bullet Abridged show,
Yep.
where the old man down the sewers is basically Mr. Rogers.
Never watched Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood.
Hold on. I'm going to link you in the Skype call the link to all the Firefly Funhouse episodes.
Okay.
Oh yeah, Hakan. Wait. No,
I grew up with
not
action.
Hakan. Admiral, I need your help.
Yep. Go on.
I need
I
you
grew
to
up
help
with
me load a background.
Sure.
And MMD, I kind of forgot. It's easy to forget this shit.
Alright, let me just do
Best
Also,
way to
the
do it
character
is
model.
best way to do it is just to like put your characters in front of a green screen, just so you can green screen them into other things,
Mhm.
into other programs.
Yeah, all I need is chroma key. Then it's a wrap. After that, absolutely done.
Yep.
I do the same thing to Anthony's video. Like he basically just says, "Damn boy, he thick." Just use chroma key and just add in another video. Then you got yourself a green screen.
Mhm. Yep. And the
Oh
tags are
my
done.
god, look at that. Oh
Perfect.
my
Yep.
god.
That was.
Wow. The edits. This man had After Effects on deck for this shit.
Ha!
Mm-hmm.
Guys, when I
So
just
many layers.
saved the when I just saved the tags now, and YouTube just has an important reminder right now. Due to COVID-19, we will conduct fewer human reviews to protect the health of our extended workforce.
Oh yes, this one. That was the thing.
Unfortunately, as a result, we may Remove content that does not violate our community guidelines.
Mm-hmm.
So that's
Were they doing already?
well, yeah, now they're fucking admitting it.
Well, then, yeah, like, the thing is, like, that's one of the other things I wanted to talk about and I completely forgot about. That that pisses me off. I'm surprised I haven't been hit by it yet.
Mm-hmm.
But in all honesty, I think that's just because I'm small time right now.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, they won't attack anyone big time because they make them money. They don't want to attack their money makers.
Yep. True that. Exactly. I mean, at the end of the day, it is like YouTube's YouTube. Yeah, you can't do nothing about
It's
that.
YouTube is just a shell of its former self. YouTube used to actually have some integrity, something about it that stood out for other platforms that had videos.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a former shell of itself of what it used to be. It used to be great, but now it's just corporate.
Yep.
Nothing but business. On a place where people
Yep.
want to escape anything business related.
Mm-hmm. Same reasoning that Twitter went down that shithole. Huh,
Yeah,
ironically,
Facebook, Twitter.
yeah, ironically, 4chan's great, but you don't know if the guy's your friend or not.
Oh,
You're
wow.
right. That's the hard part.
I think
Yeah.
on Facebook.
Yeah, Ken's like
On
you don't know until they leak something.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm just gonna look into the poll board right now. Yep.
Oh fuck! All right, loaded the model. It's running at 500 frames per second.
Nice.
600 now. I loaded in Len. I mean, no, not Len. Ren.
Red. I see.
I should have got Miku because I don't like Ren right now.
Yep. Unfortunate Miku's stuck inside due to quarantine. Oof.
Yeah, right?
Yeah,
Poor Miku.
Yeah, Ren
Poor
has
Miku.
fucking coronavirus.
No, she's
For
staying
no
inside
reason.
not to catch it.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie, though. Corona-chan scissoring Miku is, like, the hottest sounding thing I've heard all day.
Oh god.
Ugh.
Oh god.
Oh,
That-
come on.
that
Oh, come on.
that
That's,
kind
that's
of
great.
bitch. Ugh.
I see it.
I mean, I do. I mean, I admit I like him Asian, but ugh, that one not happening.
What, did you know
Oh,
Corona-chan?
Not attractive.
Did you know Corona-chan actually has her own, like, anthropomorphization or whatever you fucking
Yeah.
pronounce it?
Yeah, I've seen.
Yep, she looks like
Gachinka.
she looks like an Asian girl called Mei Mei. Not the hot kind either. Not the kind that you wanted. Not the kind that you want to give attention to. The kind that you just say, "Ugh, this bitch again."
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yep.
It's like one of the girls that look good, but she's also a total bitch about it. Type of situation.
Mm-hmm.
They also went Yandere, where she wants to kill everyone.
Yeah.
She infects everyone with her love and kills them right after. She gives them malaria, probably. Gives them flu-like symptoms. They're just trying to say she's nasty. Bad. Bad China girl.
Yep. But unfortunately, no one's willing to exactly stop her. But yeah. Well, unfortunately, no one's going to stop Corona. The thing is, Corona is following the same path of the 1918 influenza outbreak. We just have to wait until the second wave's over, then we can call it a day on that.
You know, I never thought I'd agree with the Democrats on this, but apparently, according to Yahoo News, a group of liberal Democratic senators sent a letter on Wednesday to the Senate leadership expressing their views on direct payments. Unsurprisingly, they want to go big. They hope that the first payment would be $2,000 per American, followed by subsequent payments stepping down over time. I never thought I'd agree with the Democrat on this, but yeah, give me $2,000.
Yep. But
It's
it'd be
really
like
fucking
the Yang
grand.
Gang, isn't it? And we know Andrew Yang's are fucking coming.
Well, it's in response to Corona, Chan. So it's like,
Okay, yeah, fair enough. Yeah. I mean,
You wanna know how I know you wanna know how I know Corona's Chinese? Because she's causing more trades.
Yeah. But how comes they called the influenza outbreak in 1918 the Spanish flu? Where's influenza, Charles?
Because it was mighty sexy. That's why.
Yeah. But the whole thing started in fucking.
Yeah, his real name was Ramon. And they're right. His real name was Ramon.
Yeah, yeah.
oh shit.
Just hear the name Ramon just sounds kind of sexy. Like, damn, if someone named the disease Ramon, someone would probably die being sexy.
You know what I'm disappointed? You know what I'm disappointed about? Chaos Sean Peru being done for.
Who is he?
I don't know.
Chaos Sean Peru. It's a fucking crossover card game for that compiler.
Neptunia.
Yeah. Here, I'll link it in. Well, you could play it by because it was a Japanese thing, so you had to make a Japanese account, but it was free
I see.
with microtransactions.
Fair enough.
It's a gotcha.
Yeah, there it is. Sounds like Data-Lies mobile game.
Oh god, no. No, not
Yeah.
that
You know,
bullet.
Data-Lies had a mobile game where you can marry
Make a
Shoka.
mobile game right now, I would make the mobile game easy to not easy. I make the mobile game offline. Like if you want to play through the story mode, you have to play offline, but online multiplayer only.
Yeah.
That makes no sense. It's a gotcha game. Gotcha games are incredibly popular and
online
profitable.
Gotcha game.
Like getting
They're
that.
predatory as shit.
Yeah,
Speaking
but
of mobile games, remember Raid Shadow Legends?
Oh shit.
Oh, yeah.
oh my god, shut up.
That game is
about
fucking
Shadow
predatory as shit.
I'm not even sponsored yet, guys. Come
That
on.
is predatory as shit for a mobile game.
You
Not
don't
even
even wanna
sponsored
be
by him
sponsored.
yet. We're only going to
even
sponsor one
want
man. You want to? Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Why would I want to?
Who wants to get sponsored by those fucking liars?
Great Shadow Legends.
Great Shadow Legends. I'd rather be fucking sponsored by fucking Yostar and Azure Lane.
I'm still holding out for that Gatorade sponsorship.
Yeah.
Gatorade, Mountain Dew, I'll totally take those. Give me some free.
Yeah,
Hmm?
it's really good. Which Mountain Dew do you guys prefer? The red, blue, green, or white, or orange?
In terms of Pokemon.
No, Mountain Dew. Which
okay.
flavor do you?
No, I'm a Mountain Dew guy. I really hate Mountain Dew, actually.
I'm more of a Rockstar boy. Yep.
I love Rockstar.
Mango and blueberry. And I know Foxo Enterprise is going to say something about it because she's the one that suggested it to me in the chat.
Oh.
Yep. And yeah, she did get a week-long ban. I mean, she did have to make a Foxo Enterprise 2.0 account.
How do you guys keep getting cell phone numbers to avoid verification?
No, we don't. We just soon as the account goes, we simply
Make a new one.
no, we just simply end the old one, put our numbers on the new one.
Wait, really? You can just do that?
Well, yeah. Wasn't my Belfast account suspended?
Yeah, well, mine. I've lost 3 accounts to that, and it's just like.
Yeah. It's Twitter, and Twitter's not gonna notice me because 500 followers. Yep. We fucking. Yep, that's one way to dodge it. But yeah.
Well, this kind of changes everything. Because now I can just go online, they can send me a code, and then after sending me the code, I can just, start my new one.
Well, yeah. At the end of it.
Yeah, trying to MMD for a second.
Mhm.
It's a little complicated, I get it.
Yeah.
It's
Well, this
simplistic,
is
but at the same time, it's just like, how the hell do you set the animation on each frame?
Mhm.
yeah. I can't even read how it works. I don't know what
The
the
thing
fuck I'm doing.
is,
Yeah. I see a
none of
tutorial on this. I can animate pretty quickly. I just need a nice looking.
This is why I want to recruit an animator so that I can so that we can all understand
yeah,
how it works and we can all take
yeah.
lessons.
I mean, the thing is, it's not. All that animator needs to do is just really teach us how to do it, and then
Yeah,
hands off. We'll
figure it out for
yeah,
ourselves.
we can because I have the hardware to run it. Lexi can
Yeah. Yeah.
learn it somewhat. I don't know if your laptop can do it, but still.
Well, hopefully, if that $1,200 extra check comes in, I'll be able to buy
Yeah,
something that even outclasses yours because I'm thinking of getting a Ryzen 9.
yeah, true.
I have a
That's if you
Oh,
can get one
nice.
because of Corona.
Yeah,
That's
well,
if you
Bit.
can get one.
yeah.
I can literally
the
go to Best Buy.
Amazon.
Well, yeah.
I can literally go to Best Buy. I have.
Best Buy's gonna rip you off.
Mhm.
Best Buy's gonna
Hold
rip
up.
you off by $30 each.
Hold up. Hold up.
Hold on. Wait. So.
I have a bookmark on this. I have this thing bookmarked.
Mhm. Okay.
So I have the site bookmarked. I want you to tell me whether it's actually um,
Let's see.
a ripoff or not.
Well, I'll be
Give me
able
a
to
sec.
tell you.
Alright, just
I'll be able to tell
think
you on
it
the
and
get-go.
I'll tell you.
Yeah, I'm on my way.
Best Buy rips you off in person. I love how they're confident in their prices and everything. They know that the prices are at least $30 over. Sometimes 50. The cheapest you can get at Best Buy for a computer is either a fan or a power supply.
Oh.
Plus, I could also get 2% cash back thanks to
Okay.
swag
Let's
bucks.
see. Let's see.
I have a Chromebook, you guys.
Ugh.
Yeah, that's reasonable as a first computer. It's reasonable, guys. It's reasonable. Don't hate.
Fuck.
It's a
Expansion
Chromebook.
just ruined it.
It can't even stream coherently. How's that?
Yeah, Google isn't that great with tech.
That's a reasonable price, I say.
Which one is yours?
He's gonna get the Ryzen
Ryzen
9
9, right?
3900X, boy.
Yep. That's what I'm looking at.
Oh, 500? That's not bad at all, actually.
Yeah.
600.
That's actually kind of reasonable. A little
Better than
steep even for it's a little steep,
Oh.
but it's also kind of fair.
Yeah, it's future-proofed. That's basically what it is. Okay, with a motherboard, you just need a B450 plus. You can easily get that for like $150 to $200. Or go into AliExpress and it's $150.
Go to what about graphic? Can you search Best Buy for graphics cards?
graphics card.
Sure.
I don't know which ones I should
What
get.
kind you looking for? NVIDIA?
Nvidia.
If I had a
Don't.
you want the best one, you can go with the 2080, but that's pushing it. 2070, that's kind of like you're already going to be at the top of the food chain.
Like I can go pick this shit up, like if I wanted to.
Okay.
Guys.
All right.
No,
If you want a
I'm
good
searching.
one, try an RTX 2070.
2070, got it.
I my girlfriend a Nintendo Switch Lite and Mario Kart. No, not Mario Kart, but Super Mario
So
Odyssey.
do you guys recommend Nvidia?
Yeah, for streaming,
NVIDIA, yeah, they're
Yeah,
the
good.
encoding is best. The encoding
Okay,
is
what
best.
am I looking for then?
Well, for your rig,
Look for an NVIDIA 2070 or 2080 Ti.
no,
I don't think I could afford the 2080.
No, hold
I
on. Guys, I found a good offer. 2070 Super. $500.
Oh,
Straight.
so this
actually
you're looking
good,
at the
too.
same one. So you're looking
Yeah.
you're looking at the same one, okay.
Yeah. 2070 Super.
Yeah,
I
2070 is
sent into
really
the
good.
Skype.
So that's the 500. Okay, yeah, I would probably be able to
Yeah,
make.
$500 is really a good deal.
Yeah, it is. I mean, if you're searching for all AMD, I can easily take you with the 5700 XT. And ironically enough, for streaming,
Yeah.
that's actually reasonable. That's actually a good card for streaming, and it has the same power as the 2070 Super. And it's cheaper.
What kind of RAM are you looking for?
Not
What's
sure.
your coolest system like?
Well, guys, I
Does
found
it
it.
make sure that cooling is top tier?
Ow.
And Ryzen 9 is so
Okay,
already
here's
higher than
the,
9999. I mean 9900K. I keep saying.
don't-
Blah.
Not an
Right,
i9. Well,
99 that
Guys,
absolute
the second link
shit.
is
It's
for
efficient, but god damn, it's fucking expensive.
the 5700 XT. The second link. What is it?
The freaking name of it. BIC 3 Ultra AMD Radeon RX 5700 XT.
Okay, I didn't even notice that.
Hey.
That's kind of funny.
They really went with the fucking meme. They really went with the fucking meme. These fucking math lads. Fucking.
So what I'm seeing here
That's
is
the first thing I saw.
8 5-stars, 1 4-star, 2 2-stars, and 1 1-star.
Oh, yeah, that's a good graphics card, dude. 8 gigabytes. Really nice. Ultra thick. Wow. They got a sense of humor at least.
Yep.
Oh shit, what's your power supply like?
Well, for this.
We need at least we need at least 750 watts to 800 watts for this shit, if I'm reading this right.
Yeah, we do.
What laptop?
Oh, but this run.
No.
It says this runs hot,
Yeah.
though. That's the thing.
Which one?
Yeah,
runs
get some good cooling on that.
The Ryzen.
What
Oh
laptop
yeah.
guys
Probably
can
graphics
actually
card.
get?
I'm looking at the
Ryzen's gonna
NVIDIA
run pretty hot.
GeForce.
Yeah.
The $500 NVIDIA GeForce. That's probably what.
NVIDIA encoding is really good.
Yeah.
So you can either get that NVIDIA card or that AMD card.
But the
I'm
thing
probably
is
gonna get the NVIDIA.
Or I found
Okay.
here's
let's
the
see.
or here's your basic 750 watt power supply for 190.
Okay.
You also gotta look at RAM.
Okay. Lexi.
Also the motherboard.
Lexi, hold.
I'm not gonna buy all this stuff all at once. I just need to be able to buy what I can.
Okay. Well, here's a much cheaper, like $129, 850 watt power supply. Just saying.
Yeah. It's not the same one.
No, that's the 750 watt. This is the 850. 80
Yeah,
plus
I
gold.
found. Yeah, I just found 851 on Best Buy site. I was looking through shit.
Well,
I was looking for RAM on the side.
sure.
What's your RAM going to be like, what man?
Your
We need
Not
some
sure
good
yet. I don't know yet.
for
I don't.
RAM. Well, you're gonna need.
I kind of want
Right.
it like 32
yeah,
or whatever.
42. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
42.
I just found that. Just need to mention that. Try this.
Oh, here we go. Found it.
I doubt that would be fast enough, but it looks pretty nice.
Yeah, that's the one I'm looking at now. Yeah,
Where
that's
is-
the one.
The ones
Unbuffering.
I'm seeing are Corsairs.
Yeah, that's the thing. Corsair. 3200 megahertz RAM. They're fast as well. That's ideal for the Ryzen actually, because Ryzen's actually prefer fast RAM. So yeah.
I might have to buy these in a
Oh, yeah,
second.
speaking of that, I
paycheck.
gotta do cooling.
I might have to say some of this in the second. Say some of these for my second paycheck
Yeah, fair enough.
the following month.
Yeah,
I need
just don't abuse the streaming too much.
I don't think I can
Even a
get-
Ryzen can give out eventually.
Yep.
So unless my buddy can get the Ryzen 9 for cheaper, which I doubt.
Yeah.
I mean, it's gonna be hard to get a Ryzen 9 for a lower price than what you already
because-
got, unless you're a Best Buy employee.
Well, I'm sure my buddy Kyle can find something online. Albeit it might have to be relegated to delivery.
Yeah, and
Oh shit!
Yeah.
I just found
Corona.
a 2080 Ti for about $1,300. Not touching that.
No. It's just best.
Yeah, ain't touching that too damn much.
You know what? It's just best if
It's
we
best to get
talk
the
about.
regular 2070.
Mhm. You know what? It's just best if we just talk about this in separate DMs.
Probably so. Yeah.
Yeah,
We
let's talk
can
about this
formulate this.
Let's
after
get
the podcast.
let's get back on topic.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
let's get
Yeah.
back on topic because computer parts is getting a bit pricey.
Yeah.
also the reason why we've been looking for people with Miku dance experience is so that we can work on our secret project because we want to blow your minds.
Oh. I have a secret project. I would love to be in it.
I don't know if you have the talent that's necessary for it.
Oh,
Albeit,
yeah,
I guess, I'm not entirely opposed to it because it might give you some skills, and depending on how our projects go, we might be forming our own anime studio. So, yeah,
Oh, cool! Anime
it's not
studio, awesome.
it's not guaranteed yet. Slow down, it's not guaranteed yet.
we ain't guaranteeing that. I hate to make promises.
We have to do two things. One, our secret project has to get a certain amount of views for ratings. Second, the fanfic series has to garner enough attention.
Yep.
So, if those two things happen, then yes, we will be pumping out Orwellian Studios. If that doesn't happen, we will end up having plenty of people with with new skills. So, even if the studio itself isn't founded, we can at least still we can still at least impact the anime community.
Yeah.
So,
In some way or another.
Yeah, one way or another, whether they like a big surprise or not. I mean, hell, if I was going to be a full-time animator, I'd rather work for Sony.
Oh,
Because at
And
least
here's
they
the other-
respect their employees enough. I don't trust Rooster Teeth.
here's the thing, guys. I also considered using I also was considering using Unreal Engine to make our anime stuff. By the way, I looked at some of
Unreal?
the,
That's
a game
awesome.
engine. I don't.
I'm not-
Yeah, you need a workstation to work on that.
nothing is set in stone yet.
Guys,
I think it's set in stone yet.
Workstation.
Yeah, no kidding. But I
Yeah,
I would
but
have
you
to.
need a workstation to even run Unreal Engine. Its graphics. I mean, when it comes to graphics, that shit is intense.
Yeah.
That's the point.
But
It's
the bugs are there. That's the only issue. Is the programming with.
Well, that's why we're
Unreal
not.
Engine. It's one of the better engines just for free.
That's why we'd only use it as an animation product and not as a game design product. Because if we take away the aspect that makes it glitchy and buggy, i.e., putting it in a game, we could probably alter it and just put the files together, put it in a format where we can put it in a video editor and just go from there.
Yep.
Oh, awesome.
Exactly.
Again, hold on, RetroStar. These are just theories and ideas. These are not guaranteed. Let's not jump the shark yet. We haven't had everything guaranteed yet.
Yeah. We need a character designer that can also animate. I know one guy that animated the French guy, but I'd hate to disturb him.
I
Because
can
French is
draw.
already going through a lot
I
of
can't
shit.
draw those guys. Well, I could draw, but I could draw really well, but not as well as you guys. You guys are pretty cool when it comes to drawing manga. Like I can draw it well.
I'm shit at drawing, dude. I'm just really good at being a director and
I
writer.
sent you a photo of the picture that I drew.
But
I'm
I'm not
a lot.
the best artist, but I can replicate art styles. It depends on what it is. If it's Tanaka, that's easy. You just need to have a certain consistency that's both simplistic but complex.
and
Well,
If that makes any sense. It's simplistic in the way that it looks, but it's complex to keep it the way she does it.
Yeah. And
So
you go.
Right now.
So here's the thing. So now that we've discussed all that stuff, next we're probably going to I have some general complaints with people talking about censorship, quote unquote, of Sony. Like, that's the thing. Is
I
like,
mean, Sony's only following a request, if anything.
like Sony, in my opinion, isn't censoring half the things people claim they're censoring. Like,
I mean,
I even
it's just on the publisher, if anything.
Yep, true.
that's what I was about to say. But here's the thing: I'm going to go and grab my script, and I'm going to highlight a piece of it where I ask specific questions. Um, because there's certain questions I ask that completely just debase the idea that Sony's censoring half the things they're censoring. Like, the reason why half the things are being censored is because the Olympics are coming up. Or at least they were until the coronavirus. Which, by the way, that might be another positive of the coronavirus.
Well,
Hey, wasn't the Olympics going on in Japan this year anyway?
Yeah, that's the
I
point.
just remembered something related to Japan.
yep.
So, there's that.
Poor guys.
Well,
I'm
it's good for us.
tutorials now on how to animate MMD.
Mm.
True. True.
All right.
Looking.
All right. Continue on. I'm about to just find out how to animate. It should be really easy for me. You can keep the conversation going. I can listen to two people at once.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah. I mean, thing is,
Trying to.
yeah. Okay, that video. Okay.
Here we go. Here's the main excerpt I wanted to post here. Yeah, that's gonna need a lot of work, bud.
Sure.
It's
Yeah, I need tips.
Oh wow.
If you want tips, I can teach you how to do a few of these, like such as face mapping, getting illusion of 3D.
You want to narrate that one there, Belfast?
Sure. Will do. Well, what makes them wrong and stupid is everything else. Okay. All I need to prove it is to ask a few basic questions. A. What in your mind constitutes censorship? But be careful with how you pose an answer to this question. B. Why is it that only a certain few companies are censored? If this is entirely Sony's policy, why are companies like Bandai Namco and Koei Tecmo mostly, if not entirely, free from this censorship policy? Why are smaller companies like Compile Heart and Idea Factory hit for making ecchi fan games, but Sword Art Online gets a free pass for every single fucking SAO game? It isn't even like you can use the whole excuse with Fatal Bullets, because Bandai Namco releases a chain of DLCs and update patches with new CGs that are uncensored in quotation marks. Lycoris will
Most likely.
most likely not have this problem either. C. Why do you take the word of an PR representative as word of God instead of word of St. Paul? Nice reference there.
Yep.
Oh, that's pretty cool, right?
Yeah, it is.
It's a TV tropes reference. And just pure.
Yep.
You doing all right there, Belfast?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I was just waiting for you guys
Want me to take
to.
it?
Okay.
These oh yeah, okay.
Yeah. At best, and just pure heresy at worst.
Mm-mm,
D.
hearsay.
Hearsay, yeah. Huh, same thing. D.
Fair enough.
D. Why do you think an appropriate response is boycotting? Speaking of which, there is a reason why I ask it. You're not punishing Sony by never buying from them. That's not how the chain of distribution works, you dumbasses. You're never going to give Sony any hardship by not buying from them. They still retain your previous purchases. They don't allow refunds for more than 2 weeks. And many of you don't even buy from the PS Store to begin with. Meaning you're not being hurt by Sony to begin with. Well, yes. To that
You see
last
how
part, sorry. To that last part, yes, you're not actually hurting Sony because Sony's not gaining any money from hardware sales, are they? They're gaining more money by licensing their hardware and parts out to the other companies, and they have a financial division. So you're not hurting Sony by not buying their games, bro. It doesn't make sense. You're gonna hurt Sony by pulling your bank account from them. If you've made a bank account with Sony in Japan.
Well, here's the thing. I have a different solution to their whole quote unquote censorship issue. Instead of trying to fix things through negative reinforcement, here's an alternative path. How about instead of quitting Sony entirely and getting rid of their console and never buying from them again, how about you find older content from PS Vita, PS3, etc., that you find uncensored and to be good, and you have people massively buy it in a mass front? What if we have people like me who spend thousands of bucks every couple of months buying games and DLC? What if we just all did that as like a large group of people, maybe 100 different people all at once buying the older games, buying games like Tales of Berseria, which wasn't censored, buying games like the Record of Agressor series, older Neptunia, or old Tales games. There's a massive slew of incredible, fun games to play.
Don't forget Final Fantasy and Kingdom Hearts.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not forgetting those. I'm not. But most of them, I'm talking about like PS3 and PS4 era. But yeah, you're right. Buying those are important too. But hell, you could have a buy Kingdom Hearts stuff on the PS4 alone, and you'd be spending like hundreds, if not thousands, of dollars on it if you count DLC, because they've had like 6 or 7 remakes or reboots or whatever you want to call it, ports on the PS4 alone, let alone all the fucking DLC. Disney needs to fucking chill, or else they'll get bought out by Apple. No, that's literally a thing. Like, Apple is trying to buy the controlling stock of Disney.
Oh,
I
God.
shit you not. They're trying to buy out the controlling stock of Disney. That's an actual thing.
Watch when Sora and Rick can
That's
become
disgusting.
iPhone advertisements. Oh, God. Instead of Keyblades, they have
That's fucking
iPhone
sad.
X's. Oh, God.
Not gonna lie, that's actually a game I wanted to see.
Yeah, me
Like,
too.
fighting the heartless with cell phones and Twitter trending.
Wait,
They're right.
the
And
I'd be
Heartless
so
to the androids.
Oh, God. No, the Heartless are SJWs on Twitter. I see the analogy
That
now.
would be funny as shit.
What about
It would be
nobody?
funny
Don't
as
forget
shit
the
though.
nobody.
If
Oh, yeah.
the guys that own Square Enix bought out Dragon Ball, and instead of the androids being whatever they were originally, they would be the fucking Heartless, and the Saiyans would be Apple representatives.
Yep.
What the hell? Okay, I got one. What if Disney were to buy Shonen Jump, and instead of all the shonen anime characters being cool, being like action, like fighting one another, fighting villains, instead they're fighting microtransactions.
That would be a good thing, not a
Yeah.
bad thing.
It'd be funny as shit, but it never happened because
Also,
Disney cannot handle anime. As you can see, they tried making a deal with Viz Media to make manga, freaking Marvel comics, and it's not doing so well.
No.
It's doing pretty bad.
It's doing
Yeah.
horrible.
Has
Deadpool even got his own anime. That's how bad
Hold
it
on.
is.
They made a thing about Marvel comics in Japan with Disney.
Oh god.
Yeah,
Yes.
they have
I
the
didn't
manga
know that.
Marvel comics. Deadpool's the Avengers, the X-Men. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Deadpool's also, especially there with his own
Spider-Man?
anime. He's got the same voice actor as Dio, and he's fucking annoying.
But about
Christ, he's
Spider-Man.
fucking annoying.
Yeah, that's his whole trope.
Why would they not? Why would they not include Spider-Man? It'd be a manga version of Spider-Man, if not mistaken. There's a manga version of a lot of Marvel heroes these days.
Yeah. Oh, by the way,
It's,
has anyone seen the new Marvel comic
No.
things? The ones
No.
where they were talking about safe space and all that? Yeah.
I've not heard of it yet.
Mm-hmm. This. Wait a sec, let me just send in the chats. Yes, lads.
Let me find out.
Hmm.
Are you guys talking about that Marvel anime on Disney XD?
They have an anime. I will say that I'm not watching it because that's a waste of time.
Yes.
I don't support Disney, man. I'm not gonna support Disney. I hate Disney.
I hate Disney.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what
I
about
hate
the other
Disney in
shows?
every shape or form.
Beyblade Burst.
Yeah, Marvel's New Heroes. That.
I haven't watched Beyblade in a long time.
Yeah.
Beyblade, it was only good whenever Gani was around. Whenever Jinka was around, Ryuga, that shit fueled Beyblade's marketing so goddamn well. But after that shit, it went all downhill.
Mm-hmm. I used to have.
What about Boy?
What about what now?
Volta and Shurashage.
Mm.
Never heard of it.
Okay, guys, I have a question. Who do you think would win in a Beyblade battle, Tyson or Jinga? As a death battle.
I don't know
Jinga.
the first guy. Jinga's fucking broken. They got Ryuga back in the day, and that dude was slapping everybody across the fucking room with a reverse Beyblade.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Easily Jenga.
Yeah, you know, I wish they would make Beyblade first like Metal Fusion.
Yeah.
I wish.
Yeah,
But
I haven't been.
like
Beyblade used to be.
I haven't watched it since like 2000.
Beyblade was actually kind of niche back.
Well, since 2005, actually.
Yeah, dude, it's like really old.
No, that's the last time I watched
dropped
Beyblade.
that long time
Okay,
ago.
I got-
Last time I ever watched
There
it
was
was
the
since 2010 myself.
Beyblade, it was Beyblade.
Can I get some decorum,
Beyblade-
please?
Yep.
One at a time.
Okay.
One at a time. All right, so go ahead, Retro.
So it was the original Beyblade came out, then Beyblade Beast Force, then G Revolution. Then after that, it was the Metal Fight Saga with Metal Fusion, Metal Masters, Metal Fury, Shogun Steel, and then Burst with Beyblade Burst Evolution, Beyblade Burst Turbo, and now we're on Beyblade Burst Rise. I've watched every single Beyblade series. I'm all caught up, and I wish Burst were more like Metal Fight. Well,
Fam, I
I wish
haven't watched
Burst.
All I'm saying is I haven't watched it since 2010, and I was watching it through repeats, so it's not like I was watching anything new.
Getting off topic again. We got to get back on the censorship.
Yeah, agreed.
No, we already
Take censorship out of
covered.
context. Censorship. All right. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go further into it. Censorship is an umbrella term for what type. Like sometimes localization is actually necessary because certain jokes in an anime don't fit with the Western community because they never experience at Cole. People usually complain about those situations, but then there's localizations that get political purposely, which is these days.
Funimation.
Making shit obviously political for no reason at all. Yeah, Funimation, fuck those guys. Making one about misogyny. This is about shit subtitled. I don't want to watch anything that's dubbed with something that makes no sense at all. I mean, sure, sometimes the dub dialogue's going to be different because of Japanese words and English words not fitting the mouth flaps correctly, so they have to change it to mean the same thing, which is understandable. That's a good reason to change up a few dub lines.
Fucking hell, Sony, stop with the flash sales. Oh, never mind. All the flash sales they have are crap. Sony always did.
Though Sony's trying to say Sony just tell Steam that we can give out discounts too.
Well, they just love to fuck me over because they'll just throw in rando sales right as I am completely out of fucking money, and it aggravates the living piss out of me because it's like, what the fuck? Stop it! Stop with the sales. I can't fucking handle it. I don't have the
also
wallet
got
for
to
it.
mention. I think I haven't mentioned this before, but Nintendo's refund policy is actually really arbitrary as shit. They consider the game being preloaded, so basically you can buy the game before it gets released in your country. You play it the exact same day it does get released. They count that preload as a performance. Therefore, trying to enforce that you can't refund it. Never. You haven't even played the fucking game. I shit you not. The judges even passed that shit somewhere in Europe.
Dang.
It's really stupid how they get away with this shit.
Yeah.
Final
It's
Fantasy
predatory
VII.
as shit. Nintendo wants you to basically buy their freaking games online so they control what you buy.
Oh wow! See, this is why I prefer getting the physical copies of the game.
Yep. True that.
And
I
When
still-
I go
their
to
solution
GameStop,
to that was make sure overpriced.
when I go to GameStop, I go there to buy, not to trade, because GameStop has oh my god, they have a horrible reputation with the trading system. That's why when I go to GameStop, I'm gonna buy, not trade, because most of my games I own, like my PS1, my PS2, my Genesis, my Nintendo Switch, my Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance SP, I got those to my family, man. And the thing is, if you were to trade, like, say, a PS2 in at GameStop, they'd probably give you around $3 back for it. Like, that shit is grocery money, man. I'd rather go to GameStop and buy.
You probably should just go and sell stuff on eBay if you want to sell something so badly.
Yep.
Yeah, I was thinking about that, but I decided not, because my family would be pissed.
Hey?
But wait, like, if you don't play it anymore, there's no reason to be upset about it.
No, my family would get very mad at me.
Dante
They
just
found
dropped
out
the
that I
meme.
sold, stuff that they gave.
I mean, people do it all the time. They shouldn't even be getting mad. That's your property at that point whenever they've given it to you. So you can do whatever you want with it.
Like, I understand wanting to appreciate what you're given. I really do respect that. But there's one problem with that. And that problem is that, as they've previously mentioned, you kind of, it's kind of your stuff at the point. And if you're not playing with it and appreciating it, I'm pretty sure they wouldn't be upset, because I'm sure there are people out there who would actually appreciate having a console. Like, that's the thing.
I know.
It's your choice in the end. That we're just posing ideas.
Yeah, if I were to if I see a kid out there, I'd probably give my original Nintendo DS, because that system I bought with my money and it still works. It's a blue Nintendo DS Lite, and I'd probably get the games I'd probably give him are Mega Man Star Force for the DS. I would give him all of my ZX games. The only games I wouldn't give him is the Zero. I wouldn't give the games I would give him, I'd probably give him New Super Mario Brothers, or Super Princess Peach, or Kirby Superstar Ultra. The games that are off limits in my room are Mega Man, Star Force, all the Battle Network games. Those are off limits. Pretty much every game that I pretty much enjoyed are off limits. I give the kids some stuff and like a stylus or something.
Well, speaking of the Switch, we can at least transition over. Yes, somebody wanted.
I don't respect Nintendo's gimmicks. Sometimes I like the gimmick, but sometimes the gimmicks are really stupid. Like they sell you one console and sell you a miniature version of that console that has less features.
Oh wow!
Well, yeah.
Oh wow!
Style over substance.
I'd rather have a Nintendo system with with a lot of features on it, like say the 3DS, for example. The Nintendo 3DS, it had 2 cameras and had a face cam. The Nintendo Switch did not have outer cameras. Like the 3DS I prefer the 3DS over the Switch because I don't get me wrong, I love the Nintendo Switch, but not as much as I did the 3DS. And I would say, is a 3DS worth buying? Hell yeah, because there are a lot of games there are a lot of good games for it. But I did like outer cameras, the face cam, and the thing where you do like Street Pass and all that. Yeah, the 3DS was an awesome system.
Yep. Nintendo is bull.
Yeah, and once you buy the games on the off of the Switch eShop, I don't think can you actually return them or no?
I don't know. I don't have the Switch, so
I returned mine for money. I got lucky too because like
Dude,
they were
keeping a Switch.
Like apparently I was told I saw one thing about it being 3 months for returning it for the Switch, but it turns out that Fred Meyers only takes it for a month. But they were still nice enough to do me the favor and still take it in even after it was 2 months late. Like Fred Meyers was cool like that because that was what helped me buy this laptop that I currently use. So,
oh, you bought a laptop? Oh, that's awesome, man. What did it have Alienware on it?
Fuck no.
Alienware. Oh, fuck Alienware.
No,
This was
no
this,
Alienware.
No, Alienware is
No,
a fucking
this is-
no.
Oh, that's fucking expensive.
yeah, that's
No,
like $2,000.
I needed.
Exactly. You know how expensive that shit is?
Here's the thing, guys. The reason why the kind of laptop I bought was an i5 Gen 8, and I bought, which is a Lenovo IdeaPad 330, and I bought it because I needed a temporary replacement because it was either that or have nothing, and also have my PS4 be unusable because I needed to get a computer to get the data to make it usable again because it got corrupted. So yeah, I had to buy an emergency purchase. So, but this thing's been around for about 1.5 years now. So, props to the computer for staying alive that long.
Let me check my computer battery.
Surprising for an Intel
I was
computer.
still hanging on to my computer. It's lasted a long time.
Yep.
Wait, what's your next
Yeah.
topic? We got a whole list. Let's finish those topics.
We finished the Switch. I
Off
think
topic.
we're actually on the last topic,
Yep.
judging by the
Junior?
tags.
Mhm.
Never mind. Over advertising?
This one's going. No, the Genesis advertising's gone.
Yeah.
We can do a
I
couple.
should-
I wanted to discuss
yeah.
some pitches for Neptunia, because I thought what wouldn't that be a fun little thing? And my
That'd be
first
awesome.
since Neptunia is a parody series, my first recommendation was parodying Guitar Hero. Yeah, the Guitar Hero kind of games, but instead of
Yeah.
But instead of Guitar Hero, it's Neptunia Hero. And basically, my theory would be Team Orwell versus the Neptunia cast, and we're all playing like games or we're all playing like music on the Guitar Hero style thing, and we're playing Slayer and we're playing fucking through the fire and flames and
Oh, I
napalm.
did listen to Slayer. My favorite song from Slayer is "Angel of Death."
Nice.
Yeah,
You know,
Angel of Death.
Neptunia
So-
has potential.
Yep.
We all
If
do.
Neptunia had freaking mini games like Yakuza, then it would be a lot more fun.
What about
It's basically just do side quests and don't need anything, and just get your money and everything. But shit, it's kind of boring out there. But they added mini games that shit like a Guitar Hero parody. It would be a lot more fun.
here's another pitch for Neptunia Party. I've been wanting that one for a while.
Oh god, fuck that. That's for Indian friendships.
That's the point.
Oh god, the end of
the
friendships that'd be the funniest shit ever.
Get a
That's my
Kenton to
point.
play
And if
with
Nintendo
us.
doesn't attempt to sue them, then
Oh, man.
Nintendo's petty as shit. We all know they would try and sue for no
Well,
reason.
what about
just
Sonic
because
Shuffle?
they took their gimmick.
Oh, I remember Sonic Shuffle.
Maybe
That game.
Sega probably wouldn't give a shit.
No, they won't.
Sega Dreamcast. Sonic Shuffle.
I remember Sonic.
Yeah,
Sonic
Sega wouldn't
Shuffle
give
was
a
trying
shit.
to that was trying to be like Mario Party.
Yep.
Sonic
There we-
Shuffle.
There we go. We can call it.
Also ripped off a few gimmicks
One
themselves.
day, my
Instead
uncle
of
went to Blockbuster and bought Sonic Shuffle for the Dreamcast.
That was a great.
And he played it,
Super
and
under.
he's all like, "LeBron, come in." He's all like, "Yes." I was like, "Yes, uncle." And he's all like, "Do you want to play Sonic Shuffle?" So I'm like, "Yeah, okay, I'll play." And he just hands me the controller, and he goes off and he says, "Well, buddy, I'm going to work. Have fun."
Sounds like a cool
That's
dude.
how.
Yep.
There's a horse riding simulator. It's called My Riding Stables: Life with Horses. Never change, Sony. Never fucking change.
You remember the game called Life of Black Tiger?
Oh my god, that's my favorite thing about Sony is seeing all the shovelware rando shit.
Yeah.
That,
there's
like-
still- there's-
Yeah,
th-
this game called Life of Black Tiger. That game was oh my god, it was awful.
Was it oh my
experienced
god? Was it oh my god?
Yes. Oh my gosh, it was awful. That game was terrible. Like, and the thing is, this is before the angry video game nerd ripped on the game. Like, I played the game and I was like, oh my fucking god, this game is fucking terrible. I hate this game so much. Please kill me. God, please kill me.
Yep. And they're still trying to sell the fucking Goat Simulator after 4-6 years now. 4 to 6
Well,
years.
it's making the money. Of course they would.
Of course.
That game? Oh, of course. I mean, hell. Sometimes I question Sony's game store. Sometimes, like online, they can sell you some fucking games without any quality control. Some of those games are absolute shit. Abysmal.
It's better than
what
what
worse
Steam.
optimization that last game I played on PC.
It's still
Yeah,
a lot
than
better
Steam.
than.
He does not give a fuck.
Steam
Steam
is-
Yeah.
will sell anything if they
You
can
know-
make
you know
money
what
off of it.
Black Tiger was made
Because
by?
at the end of the day, when you
One-
greenlight something there, you're paying $100.
All right, Retro, you're going to say something?
You know that game, Life of Black Tiger? That game was made by One Games. You know, I agree with the angry video game nerd. It should have been Zero Games because it's just that fucking awful. It should have been Zero Games. Like, the thing about these shovelware titles, they don't put no effort, they don't put no love, they don't put no care into them. That's why they suck.
I would hesitate to say that. I think that sometimes they actually do care a lot, but they're just really bad at what they do.
Yep.
That's my view on it. They're just really, really bad at what they do. Not everybody's like Yandere Dev.
Oh,
know.
Who was Yonder?
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Yandere Dev, as in
Fuck
Yandere
that
Simulator.
guy.
The absolute horror.
Fuck that guy.
I was close to working with him too. I called it off so fucking fast.
Yeah.
Yep. I mean,
I dodged a
Yeah.
fucking bullet there.
working with
Have you
Alex
guys
Mahan
had-
is the worst thing they could ever do.
Kyle
Oh,
can
wow.
verify that.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Kyle can verify that. He's one of the fucking
Yeah.
most brilliant programmers, and Like, even though Alex himself requested for him to program for him, he was not happy when he wasn't using that fucking bass backwards, that bass backwards fucking programming code that he's doing.
Yeah. He just.
What's the
I
programming?
can find it right now. I'll show it to you right now if I can find it.
Oh,
I have it here somewhere. It's fucking terrible.
Well,
It crashes every
God.
fucking time. That game can run at 45 FPS, but it could do better. Much better.
It could. I agree.
Yeah.
Hey,
I can find it somewhere. I deleted it.
One time, I was playing a Jurassic Park game on my PC called Trespasser.
Oh yes, the guy who made the original Xbox also
Yeah,
programmed it.
and that was also before the nerd ripped on that video. The angry video gamer ripped on. This was before he ripped on it.
That's something.
I had the game for a while on PC,
Yeah.
and I started playing it, and it said like you had to install it on like an older computer because it was new. You were shit out of luck.
I see.
But if you did install on a newer computer, basically you would have more shitty graphics. You would have like how you say it looked terrible.
Yeah.
Like
it was Seamus Blackley's first game, but the thing is, he went straight
I
in.
I understand the ambition that went into this game, but yeah,
But
I
the thing
totally
is-
understand. Like,
Thing is, after that, he went and actually helped out the two other guys, and they came up with the original Xbox. So something good did
and
come
that
out of it
became
eventually.
I just remembered something.
Well, yeah, go on.
I just remembered something I was about to do for Alex. Yeah, I never really talked to Alex. This asshole didn't give me any lines. I had to come up with some shit for the rich boy. You remember that line? Remember? I said, "My arms be uptight." He glared at me.
Yep.
oh wow.
I could have done it in higher pitch, just like, "My arms be uptight." There's no need to glare at me. I just had to go find some cocky lines just to say for him. He didn't give me any lines at all. I had to make up the shit myself. And for the main character, the male equivalent to it, I had to look through all those freaking lines myself. The long-ass monologues. There's two of them, too, at that. Two freaking monologues that about 2 paragraphs each. And I had to read that shit. I quit as soon as I saw that all the grunts, all the freaking yelling I have to do. I just couldn't do it.
Yep.
What game was that?
Yandere Sim.
Yandere Simulator. I was going to do the main character, which I could do, the male version.
Oh
I
my
do a
god.
baritone voice. I also could have done Kincho, but I didn't want to after I saw how professional this was.
Yeah, I'm professional. Bro, I've seen his code. His coding is just so much spaghetti code. It's like the guy the guy does like 30 lines of code for something that could be done in 3. So the computer has to run harder, essentially, to make the game run at a reasonable.
I'll have to find a coding right now.
Oh,
if I can find this game, I can probably give you a taste of how bad this thing is. It's not videos talking about him, like one says Yandere Dev, a lesson in coding.
Oh wow.
Hold up.
Alright, I'm back.
No.
So what have you guys been going on about?
Yandere Dev.
Yandere
Lesson
Dev
in coding.
shitty coding.
Yeah.
Yeah, here's the video showing how bad his coding is on freaking Unity.
Right.
See all that spacing right there? All that spacing, that does not belong there. That space right between each line, that shouldn't have to be there. I've seen coding that had all these consistently on top of each other. This is just abysmal.
Yep.
Yeah,
So the else if statement, you could just make that a random generation option, and that could be done in 4 lines.
Exactly. I hate to admit it though.
Spaghetti
I
code.
think DMC's reboot actually had better coding,
Oh, yeah.
and that motherfucker cracked and lag.
At least he's
Oh,
not
wow.
adding pointless features that that run on such an inferior fucking programming style.
Well,
At least they knew how to
Yeah.
program.
Especially on Unity.
well, yeah.
Unity is a very generic game engine. Unreal Engine is still superior, even though it has its fair share of bugs, but that's on a programmer sometimes.
Yeah.
But if you think we're done with this pod,
Now,
Go on.
but if you think we're done with this
I think we're
pod,
done with this podcast. You can forget about it.
that was what I was going to do.
Speaking
because
of
that's going to be
forget
our
about it, let's get on forget about it. Forget
that was supposed
about
to-
it is
that
a
was-
work of genius.
That I was going to say that line specifically as a transition. Now you kind of ruined the smoothness of it.
All
But
right.
anyway, let's talk about the main topic for today,
Mhm.
or for this stream, I should say,
Oh, yeah.
not today. But
Yeah, forget about it is a work of genius.
Forget About It is, for those who don't
Okay.
know what Forget About It is, Forget About It is a really awesome show about Italian mobster family from New York being forced to relocate due to this Jimmy Falcone offing his boss, and now they live in cold old Canada. And what makes this series so great is the fact that it is good with situational timing with comedy. They also kind of borrow from The Simpsons a little bit in that they try to have a variation to the same opening, but it's done in a way where it's actually good. And I like a lot of the stuff in Forget About It more than most, if not all, adult cartoons these days. I dare to say even more than American Dad. It's just that
Family
everything.
Guy.
Yeah.
Oh, Family Guy's no question. Family Guy sucks now.
Yeah, man.
Like we could do an
Forget
entire.
about it is like that modern classic.
It is.
What
It
about
really is.
Bob Burgers?
That show got. Yeah.
Forget About It shits on Bob's Burgers. Bob's Burgers is disrespecting Forget About It. The brilliance of this situational humor. They never recycle the same jokes or recycle cutaway gags that don't relate to the story. When they do make a cutaway gag, it always relates to the joke that always freaking lands.
Yep.
Like here's one of my favorite examples of the comedy. Basically, Gina is the youngest girl is being forced to join what their equivalent of the Girl Scouts is, and she hates it so much that when her sister or her mom's like, "What are you doing?" She's like, "I'm trying to grow a penis," because she doesn't want to fucking go to the Girl Scouts. And what makes this funny is because she hates the Girl Scouts so much that she wants to try and become a boy for whatever reason, and just tries her hardest to have it happen for what nonsense. So it's the funniest thing, and it's super funny because it's good situational comedy and it works with what it knows, and at the same time can also commentate on social issues, like with fucking Gina and the Girl Scouts example.
Yeah.
Not to mention
the time that Cheech was running for mayor.
Oh god, I love that.
Actually happened. Cheech
That
was
was
running
actually
for mayor, and he was getting PR out of him drunk, and he was walking past people saying the most offensive shit you can think of. And then someone mentioned LGBTQ to him. He said, "The fuck's an LGBTQ? Some kind of fucking sandwich?" And the guys from the LGBT community freaking loved him for saying that.
I am so happy, guys. They finally fucking shipped my Europe stuff from Europe. Yes.
Nice.
All right.
Wait a minute. What do you mean non-EU? I paid for the EU version. Well, don't do that to me. I paid for the EU version.
There's also
Oh.
one time
Oh,
never
I don't know,
Jimmy
never
quit his
mind.
job after he invested his. There's one time Jimmy actually saved all his money that he had from the old life and brought it to the bank. So he went on a spending spree and quit his job. Then he came back for his job because, well, he went broke, being a dumbass, excessively spending his money all in one day. Then he came back to be nice for his job back, and he took out a printout that said he quit his ass printed on it, and it was in black and white, right? And Jimmy said, "It's not my ass. Mine's in color."
Yep.
One of my other favorite facts about the series is that they can actually make relationships work and seem organic and not contrived. Like Gina and whatever dude she was with that episode, it was fucking amazing. Carmine, there we go.
Gina
That was
Carmine,
so well made.
They are perfect.
What makes the
Dude,
series
fucking
good
Jimmy,
is that
man.
they make them seem like the most convincing fictional concepts of a human being. Like they nail the flaws and also nail the strengths, and they do it through humor and they do it through organic relationships, and it's really just The Godfather but put to comedy.
Yep.
And that's part of why I like it so much.
Yeah.
Because it's
They also
clearly...
use the. Yeah, they even have a Lisa Simpson type, but it doesn't feel like Lisa Simpson at all. Petey is the definition of a nerd, and they do it so perfectly and so consistently that you can tell that he's a conservative nerd that can't even get to the mob life like his father. It's funny as shit whenever he does get into situations where he's trying to get a girl, but it always fails on him.
He's liberal.
Yep. Liberal, conservative nerd. He always wants to do the right thing, but it fucking backfires him every damn time. It's hilarious.
Like, he spews the most
And whenever it's not
generic
him being
liberal
focused
stuff.
on, sometimes it's his mom.
But
Yeah, it's
one of the
funny
things
as
I
shit
love...
on how they use them.
Yeah, but the funny thing about like the Cheech running for mayor thing or whatever was that it was clearly an allusion to Trump, but done in a way to where it's not an actual attack on him, just explaining why it worked. Just explaining without actually physically explaining, but just done through organic storytelling and comedy how we got there. And it's done to perfection. Because
It's
Yep.
They did it so perfectly. It's just so organic because the entire cast is designed to make a meta commentary on anything they get their hands on, no matter what. You have the dumbass. You have the uncle dumbass. You have the criminal. That's basically a 6-year-old little girl. Is probably Antichrist. You have Jimmy. That's trying to go on a straight and narrow road sometimes. McCool. That's basically a Canadian Mountie. A top tier model cop. Cookie. And you just have Petey sitting around the corner, disappointing his dad.
I love how, despite all the cliche, real world cliches, both the humor and storytelling actually lets you come to the conclusion that they want. Like with the whole Cheech thing, they want you to come to the conclusion that it's an allusion to Trump. Just like with the whole Gina and the Girl Scouts thing. It leads you to coming to the conclusion about the LGBT issues. It does so where they tell a story so well that they involve your understanding of knowledge to enhance the experience. Stuff like this is why...
I'm about to drop an example.
Stuff like this is why
You can show it to
I
the chat.
agree.
They want to get a good idea.
Stuff like this is exactly why I agree with Cait in it being a modern masterpiece. Because it is. It just is, for all the reasons we've listed above. And I am very unappreciative of Mars Reviews for giving a very surface level analysis of Forget About It. I would have to say that it's out of all of the adult cartoons right now that are anime, I'd have to say Forget About It is my favorite. So, if anybody is watching and wants to know what a good adult cartoon looks like, I really suggest you go and subscribe to the Forget About It channel. Because, they got canceled off TV because, most people didn't quite understand what makes it great or funny. So I really suggest that you all go and subscribe, like their videos, and enjoy the content they provide. Because not only do they provide full episodes, they provide compilations. So they'll provide compilations like best scenes from season 3, or they'll have a theme added. They won't just be defined by their episodic format. They will also go and provide compilations for those who don't want to follow the traditional format of all this stuff. So I think that people should give this series a shot, because this is, in my opinion, one of my favorite, if not my favorite, adult cartoons that have ever been animated in the West.
Yeah.
So
That's consistently the funniest adult cartoon I've ever seen since South Park.
Oh yeah, South Park is still going.
yeah.
You guys
South
remember
Park-
Robot Chicken?
Oh God, please don't. Oh God, I hate that show so
That show
much.
was edgy as shit.
It was so
I
stupid
used to
and
like
bad.
it, but it got stale.
Mhm.
It
I
was
don't know
stale,
why though.
pretty much. At first,
If I wanted,
only a few of them were kind of funny, but it was obvious.
If I wanted to watch a dude play with dolls, I would make my own separate YouTube channel dedicated solely to that. Ugh, I hate Robot Chicken.
Oh wait, yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, Robot Chicken's basically doll animation.
Like there's even a Japanese
Chicken's
thing.
basically a stop motion that's awarded.
There's literally a doll show made by Gen Orobuchi that is way better. Like, god damn, I don't even want to look at that shit. It's my least favorite style of. I hate
I need
stop
to go see
animation.
Beach,
Yeah.
so it might actually be better than Robot Chicken. The only thing's better than Robot Chicken.
By far,
Adult
least favorite
Swim
stuff-
is like one of those Adult Swim is one of those networks that I don't take seriously, because they always have to choose the most grotesque versions of a freaking cartoon and just push them out there. It's either going to be an edgy parody that's too edgy, or some dumb cartoon that isn't King of the Hill, or Old Family Guy, or Old American Dad. They just push out shit they think we want to watch.
Yep. True.
Their shows are usually consistently the stupidest I've ever seen. None of them are actually that good. Only
But
few
I
of them
gotta
actually landed. Super Jail, it had
Oh god, I
grotesque
love
animation
Super
style, but it actually worked in its favor.
Oh,
Super
life
Joe,
on the outside.
Metal
ain't what
Lock,
it used to be.
Super Jill were my shit back in the day.
Yep.
Also, sometimes Venture Bros. Not always. The show was kind of boring to me, but they had a few. Not gonna.
What about Harvey Birdman, an attorney at law?
Boring.
Oh,
Probably one of the
sounds
worst
like-
works
sounds
that have ever
really
had
boring.
Stephen Colbert's voice on it.
Do you remember this old Hanna-Barbera cartoon called SWAT Cats Radical Recon Squadron?
Nope.
Yep, I know exactly what that is. That's a really old cartoon. It's underrated. It's basically two anthropomorphic cats that used to be Air Force pilots, but they became vigilantes. They even built their own jet to fight crime. It's a long.
That was
That's long. Ass.
with T-Bone
That
and
show got cut
Razor.
off, though. It got canceled. I forgot why. Yeah, that show is freaking ancient, but it was a little bit of a classic. I don't remember too much about it, but I do remember that it was basically
I
a
watched-
two-seat jet with basically the pilots both had functions that worked in complementary with each other. I forgot how it went, but it was actually kind of good. It wasn't their best, but it was definitely something that was way underrated.
You know what else is underlooked and
Not something
underrated?
like Batman.
Metalocalypse. Oh my god. That
That show was
has to be-
good.
It was amazing.
Yeah,
It
was good.
about metal bands is actually better than most metal bands up to today. Let that sink in. A parody of metal being better than most metal bands, except for Whitechapel.
Hey.
Whitechapel's still better.
And give away absolutely nothing to the government who operates on spending and obliterating. Yeah, that song was great. Awaken was a good one. Oh man. Also, you haven't been listening to enough metal, Alexi.
Bands that were basically a parody.
6 Feet Under, Napalm Death.
Yes, Whitechapel.
Yep.
Oh, I heard. Yeah, Napalm
Yeah.
Death. Five Finger Death Punch.
Five Finger
I
Death
love
Punches.
Five-
Favorite song,
Yes.
Mama Said Knock You Out.
But you know what I like most of metal? It's when it's put into anime games. Oh man,
Yeah.
like in Record of August
Hold
where
on.
Zero has.
I remember something. There's this one track I heard that sounded like it came from Berserk, but I swear it was not a Berserk track. I forgot which game. I forgot what it came from, but I could have sworn it was Berserk. It might be on SoundCloud or YouTube. About to find it real quick. Really freaking metal.
Yes.
Well, in all honesty, I don't know why,
Also-
but anime game soundtracks are even better than most metal.
Well,
Yeah.
maybe they
Yeah.
go along well with the narrative of the anime, and don't know, to be honest. But the thing is, I bet you
Yeah.
it's because they are.
You guys ever watch a show called Voltron?
No.
There's a show on Netflix
Yeah,
recently
I've heard
that
of
you
it.
guys, I recommend you guys watch. It's called Voltron Legendary Defender. It's a good show. I recommend you check it out. It's on Netflix.
I don't trust Netflix in most things. After what they did to Death Note and Light Turner. Yeah, Light Turner. Like, who the fuck is gonna take that seriously? Like, come on, you're trying to say that he's basically related to Timmy Turner, and he's an average kid.
I can imagine they made a character who was related to Danny Phantom. Is he half boy, half ghost?
Bruh. Just bruh. Real kids are fairy godparents.
I
Shut
like
up!
Danny
Shut up!
Phantom.
Shut
I
up!
did
Shut
the
up!
Pretty Godparents.
Yeah.
I like.
Stop trying to ruin my fuck. Stop trying to ruin Death Note for me. I love Death Note. Stop it.
Well,
Yeah.
we were talking about the
That was
Netflix
my
version.
shit.
Yeah, fuck Netflix
Yeah,
already.
Netflix version was terrible. Yeah. Fuck
Yeah,
Of course
Netflix
it
for
is.
that. They
Every
ruined a perfectly good
every anime live action show. Nah, let's move on and continue on about why forgetting about is fucking great.
Yep.
Because it is.
Forget About is absolutely genius. In fact, is a Canadian cartoon, and Canada is basically ripping on themselves with no shame at all. They know that their country isn't perfect, and I love it.
Good.
They don't do
I'm
it all the
glad to
time,
hear
but when
that.
they do it, it's pretty true. The balance
You ever heard of
T
Scott
basically
Pilgrim?
tells you the rips.
Mm-hmm.
What now? They're
You ever
But
heard of
now,
you ever heard of a thing in Canada called Scott Pilgrim versus the World?
can you stop citing bad show titles, please? God damn.
Hold on, that's my mother. She was texting me. What the fuck? Jesus, mother, what the fuck are you sending me?
Did you send hentai?
Mother,
She
tell your
said my
children not to
sister's a
walk
prison
my
psychologist in
way.
California.
That's a good song.
Tell you,
You're right,
right,
this. Hello,
Danzig?
family. Just got
Yep.
wait, what?
Danzig is pretty good.
Tell your mother not to hear my words, what to do, what to say, mother. God, I love Danzig and I love
She
Primus.
basically told me that her sister. She basically told me that
I
my
knew
aunt
this.
works at. She's a prison psychologist, and they're planning to dispatch. Say what? The National Guard along the U.S. military for a freaking 2-week quarantine for all citizens. All businesses closed.
What?
I have a song you
Yeah,
might
something.
want to.
I don't know.
I have a song you might want to
It's just a
hear.
freaking little sharing message, some shit like that. Something serious.
I see.
Primus
Not-
does a fucking insane job for
Nothing
nativity in one.
new.
Well,
I'm linking it
in
right
the
now.
class so you can find that track. This track's only.
You guys need to listen to more.
It was some. Wait, I remembered. It was
You guys-
freaking Tekken. It was Noctis's theme. It sounded like a Berserk soundtrack. I swear to God.
I know.
It was really good.
I think I know which one you're talking about. Tag team. Yep.
Yeah,
Tekken
Tekken 7. They had the
Primus. Oh god, I love fucking Primus. My name is Mon. Like, you guys need some more Black Sabbath in your lives.
Oh yeah.
I love Black Sabbath.
Me too.
My favorite song from them is The
Black
Mob
Sabbath.
Rules.
I haven't heard them in years. Metallica, I mean, they're pretty good, but I prefer a little classic heavy metal sometimes.
When I was a kid, I went to a Metallica concert. My mom took me to one.
You absolute fucking mad lad. Lucky. Lucky.
And my sister was there. The only person when it wasn't there was my brother. My brother was at home with grandma. It was just me, my mom, and my sister, and my uncle. Not my uncle. It was me, my mom, my sister. We all went to a Metallica concert. They were playing what's that song? They're playing
Battery.
that's no, not that song. They're playing That Was Just Your Life.
According to this, Review-Tech USA got swatted.
Oof.
What happened?
Yeah, he did.
Wait.
By
He got
who?
swatted.
Yeah, people.
Who the fuck knows?
fucking
But whoever
fuck
did
no
that
reason.
deserves to
Oh,
be
I found the
fucking
track.
punched in the face.
Oh, that one. Okay.
Yeah, Review Tech
deserves-
USA does all the. He does so much good in the community.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
He got fucking swatted. Why?
That's interesting.
I hope he gets his just dues in court.
Well,
Because that's fucking bullshit.
it is.
Review Tech USA is everything right with the YouTube community, and then some. That's why I subscribed to his channel back in 2008 because I heard that a lot of kids were doing bad stuff, and he talked about it. And he made this one video about going hell through life in jail and stuff. He made a video about that. I was so interested, and I commented on that video, and I subscribed, and I rang the bell and everything. And I love Review Tech USA. And here's why: because one, he does everything good in the YouTube community. He talks about, stuff that's been going on. He's more of a recent guy. Like, Review Tech USA is the type of guy, if you met him in real life, I would say Review Tech USA is the type of guy who would, if he was your parent and if you did something very bad, he would punish you for a month or something and give it back. He would take away your video games for a month and give it back to you after that month's over. But he's a very good YouTuber. I love Review Tech.
I've known him for years. I've known his content for years. Like I remember when he was below 100K, and now he's 859K, and it's amazing to see his channel grow.
I'm a small channel. I'm a very small channel. I wish I could be like Review Tech, but sadly, I can't do what he does. But I talk on my channel. I talk about retro gaming and everything, and I don't do the things he does. Like, he talks some more about recent stuff. I talk about stuff I grew up with, stuff I remember.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Also,
basically, it's gonna be a quarantine nationwide. So you got at least about 2 to 3 days to stock up on whatever you need, something like that.
Yeah, but that's
for 2 weeks. Yeah, it's fucking crazy. Keep me in the house for 2 weeks. That sounds like a fucking comatose period.
You might
as well put me in a fucking coma so I can wait out 2 weeks.
They had me in the group home for 3 days straight. I cannot go to work or go to my job program because the whole coronavirus outbreak was happening, and I had to stay in the group home for 3 whole weeks, and I couldn't go outside because I did go outside, walking and everything, and it was kind of fun outside walking. Don't get me wrong, we at my group home we could do stuff, but we do a hell of a lot of stuff. We could go in the fridge at my group home. We could drink whatever we want. We could eat whatever we want. We could sleep whenever we want. We could do lots of stuff. And my caregiver, she's such a nice lady. And the thing with her, she goes the extra mile for us every day. Like, one time we were at GameStop and I wanted this Pokemon game called Pokemon Sword, and she went the extra mile and paid the extra money so I can get the game. And she bought the other clients the other games too that they wanted. And Miss Leone, the lady who's at my group home, she's a very nice lady. She's not mean, she's not evil, she's very kind, and she's loving. She's a loving person. And she once told me that, Levon, you are blessed to have me. And yeah, I was like, yeah, I do agree with you. And like at my group home, there's a lot of stuff you can do that you couldn't do in other group homes. Like you could eat what you want, you could sleep whenever you want, you could have fun, but you can't, use weapons or any of that crap because she'll call the police on you in a heartbeat. I've never done it, so I don't know. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Most group homes, but my home does.
Hey,
Alright, guys, for anyone that's under quarantine, just find any anime pirates, whatever the fuck you want to do, and just entertain yourself for about 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I can't tell you much. Either start gaming intensely, watch a lot of anime, do whatever you do on your free time.
I feel like getting a Game Boy, getting 2 AA batteries, and playing Tetris.
There you go. I heard that way too many times. Mm-hmm.
Tetris is such a great.
That's the point.
But I gotta tell you, okay, I'm gonna tell you guys. Can I be honest with you guys? I was stupid. Okay, I'm gonna tell you the truth. This is the honest truth. I was stupid enough. I was so suckered that I bought the Tetris board game.
Ugh.
I was so dumb. I thought, hey, wow, Tetris as a board game? That's awesome. And the man said that it's just like the video games. But guess what? It was all one big fucking disappointment of a lie.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
Because to face it, who would want to play Tetris on cardboard when you can get a Game Boy and get 2 AA batteries and play Tetris on that? Like that's ridiculous. I cannot believe I bought the whole Tetris thing, the Tetris the that I had. It was so stupid of me. I was such a dumbass for believing that.
We gotta talk about Harley Quinn.
Nah.
Oh, Harley Quinn's
a parody. The parody, the cartoon parody, actually lands so well. It's so perfect. It's basically like a parody of DC itself, making a parody on themselves. They know that there's a lot of shit that they should make fun of, and they do it so perfectly. Joker experiences character regression as Harley actually experiences the complete opposite of Joker. She becomes her own character. Her relationship with Ivy actually gets well done. Clayface, like one of the more salty villains, actually becomes the more enjoyable actor, I should say. That guy's freaking hilarious.
Yeah,
also, King Shark, a Flash villain. It's a 12-foot shark. 12-foot shark man. Not sure. And he's some tech-savvy guy.
You want, man?
I remember
Batman is also one of the lesser well-known villains from what.
So I'm gonna say this.
Yeah, I remember when I used to air on Kids I remember Batman and Batman Beyond hit my life, and that was awesome. Do you guys remember Batman Beyond?
Yeah.
I never watched
the one with
I know about it though.
Yeah. Does it come with a
but Bruce Wayne basically is long past retirement. Yeah, Bruce is like late in retirement. Like he's old as shit. Alfred's somehow still alive. How the fuck that's possible? Unless Bruce has been given him the super pill.
What super pill?
Probably is.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't really care for Harley Quinn.
Yeah, Harley
Quinn.
The cartoon's actually really good. The parody, not talking about like the movie. The cartoon parody actually fucking saves Harley as a character.
Yeah, but after
now
10 plus years of shitty crap, Like after 10 plus years of crappy fucking storytelling, I'm just like, nope, done.
I gave this one a chance, and I don't regret watching this cartoon, at least. This version of Harley Quinn is actually freaking ideal. Gives her own personality where she's actually standing up for herself for once, finally decides to leave Joker and start running her own gig. Following her own villain, join Legion of Doom, only to have Joker destroy it. Well, it's a lot of shit that went down. I can't explain it all in one sentence. If I could summarize it in a review, I would have about maybe a 15-minute long script, I guess. A great example of a self-parody, I can say.
Yeah.
My drawing.
And then you have the birds of the dinner plate after that.
The parts of the dinner.
Oh, yeah, that's fucking horrible.
That was brilliant.
Oh, yeah,
Brilliant
that was
title.
absolutely atrocious.
Brilliant title, Belfast.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it.
Yeah.
Dude, the cartoon eclipses the movie. They're getting a second season because of how good it was. But still, no second season on, not even a second episode on Slade Wilson's cartoon that actually had a good narrative. The way they started off was actually really great, but they never continued. Which is a fucking shame. I was invested in watching this shit.
Yeah. So, any other topics to cover?
Nope, we should be good.
Mm-hmm.
I got nothing. I'll listen to the track I left in the Skype chat. Tell me that does not remind you of Berserk.
Mm-hmm. Well, I can't listen to it because it will interfere with the stream, but I'll listen to it later on.
Alright.
Alright.
Yep.
Fair enough.
All right.
Well, with that, ladies and gentlemen, that has been this podcast. I hope you enjoyed. We hope you enjoyed. All of you guys have an outro. Make your outro, and we'll be seeing you next time.
Sure.
So go ahead, guys.
All right.
Next
Later.
time.
Well,
No,
Laters.
guys. Alrighty, so that's retro gaming. What about you, Belfast, and
sure. Well, well, I'm ending it. So yeah, it is about
Yeah, I got
that.
nothing to say.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I used to be called Belfast, and now I'm
Graf Zeppelin.
Graf Zeppelin, or Admiral. Lexi. I might just change my name to Admiral
Yeah,
Zeppelin.
I speak of Team Challenge Star, but I was trolled with that name.
Yeah. All right then, guys.
All right.
All right.
Well, and you, Lita.
Okay.
Mhm.
Later.
All right. Don't forget to subscribe and
Yeah.
follow every one of us in each of our respective channels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm gonna start uploading soon. I just need to find something to work on since there's a lot of shit getting in the way.
Fair enough.
Yep.
All right then.
I kind of want to see. I want to see you, Alexi, play Death and Request, and I want to see episodes of Graf Zeppelin doing playing Death and Request with the SNES controller. That's gonna look so fun.
Ironically, I've got
Played
that plugged in.
played
right now.
Devil May Cry on an SNES controller.
God.
Oh yes,
Fucking
please.
DMC on SNES controller and getting
DMC
combos somehow.
Yeah.
That'd be fucking crazy if someone could actually do it
I was playing,
DMC5.
I was playing ILT
on PC,
1946
obviously.
earlier on. All right,
Oh my
then.
god, that's so fun.
Well.
With that, ladies and gentlemen, I
Later.
shall end the Twitch stream.
Mm-hmm.
Have a nice day, ladies and gentlemen.
And I'll end YouTube side.
And I'll
on
end
my
Twitch.
end. All right. See you guys on the next one.